Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? Yes. New little setting right here. Oh, let me try something out. We up here trying some new stuff out a little bit tonight. Mm, a little better. Like this one? Come on, this one? I I kind of like that. I know I kind of like this one for some reason. Huh? All right. Yo. So what's good? So we back, man. Sorry but not sorry. Boxing talk, man. With CamJNetwork, man. We back, man. We back. Man, crazy. Great fight earlier, man, with Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn earlier, man. I enjoyed that fight, man. Definitely was a classic fight in my eyes, for sure, for real. Like, classic fight. Salute the Big Play Sports, Jab Queen Boxing. Everybody, make sure y'all subscribe to Jab Queen Boxing, man. Support my sis, man. She working over there, man. She starting up the channel and she cooking over there for sure, man. So definitely subscribe to Jab Queen Boxing for sure on YouTube, man. Salute to my sis for sure. Ty, you already know. I'm waiting on my boy to pull up. My boy is gonna hop on here with me. Hopefully, I can get my dog Eugene on here as well. But I may open up a little bit with the panel a little bit. So we're gonna get it cracking though. Um, Let me see if I see anybody in the comments. Next. All right. So moving on. Let's go starting with this the midst of I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this fight. The card, I didn't watch the full card in particular, because obviously earlier I was live. We did our NFL draft show earlier. You know what I mean? So I didn't get to watch the full card. So I got into watching the last two fights, the co-main and the main event. So the co-main event obviously was Anthony Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur, which was a lackluster fight, man. Lyndon Arthur didn't bring the fight for real. He didn't really start fighting until like the second half of the fight, and he was barely doing that. No, Anthony Yarde, he dominated the whole fight for real. I mean, it ain't really much to talk about as far as that fight in particular, man. It looked like it was a sparring session, bro. No cap. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. It looked like a real live sparring session, bro, between Anthony Yarde and Lyndon Arthur, bro. Like for real. Lackluster fight, man. I was expecting a little bit more fireworks for that particular fight, and we did not get no fireworks out of that fight at all, bro. Like, but I missed the rest of the majority of the card, man. To be honest, I only got to watch the last two fights, and that last fight with Anthony Yarde versus Lyndon Arthur was definitely lackluster, man. Definitely lackluster. I was not jacking that fight at all. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I was up here like, man, just bring on the main event, man. I was hoping Yarde was gonna knock Arthur out, pack him up so we can get to the main event, man. For real. Like that's the type of time that I was on for real, man. Like that was the time that I was on. But other than that, salute to Anthony Yarde for getting the win. You know what I mean? You got the win, you move on, see what he does next. Um well Anthony Yarde, what he in the 175 division? Let's look at some of the boxing rankings real quick while we speaking about Anthony Yarde real quick. So Anthony Yarde, yeah, so he fights at 175. Anthony Yarde is currently the number two contender in the WBO sanctioned body right now. See if he's in any other sanctioned bodies. He's the number nine contender in the WBC sanctioned body, and he's the number four. Cash Crypto was good. Salute my dog. and Anthony Yarde is the number 4 contender in the WBA sanctioning body, and he's the number 5 contender in the IBF sanctioning body. So just look at some fights that possibly could happen for Anthony Yarde. He's a obviously um he's one of what's it called it guys. Is they're gonna it's right. Yo, what's good with it, brother?
Hold on, who you talking about right now?
I'll talk about Anthony Yarde, man, and Anthony Yarde and the Lyndon Arthur fight, the lackluster co-main event, man. But I'm
Oh,
just talking
Anthony
about pretty much
Yarde.
what could be
Oh, okay, I
next
hear
for
you. I
Anthony
got you. I
Yarde
got you.
for real. Like pretty
I
much what
got
could
you.
be next for Anthony Yarde, man.
Uh,
I mean he's an Eddie Hearn guy, so I mean just looking at it at the rankings right now, who could he fight? It's tough. I
um,
mean, I had to fight one of the other contenders. Albert Ramirez, that's some guy. That's a guy. That's a name for him. Maybe Alexander Gozik. That'd be a good fight for him. I know Gozik just fought this past week. He just won. Um,
I think Anthony's on the lower end of his career because Anthony lost all of his championship fights. He lost to Better Be, he lost to a few upcoming light heavyweights and everything. He was dominating the UK scene, but
right,
people got to realize Yarde is really up there in age. He in his 30s and stuff like that. So
right.
he in his other half of 30. So the most I can see is one more title shot some way somehow, and that's it for him. That's just what I see. I don't see him getting far though.
Right. I mean, 175 is tough as it is already with the champs. Dimitri Bivol, and you got David
Uh,
Benavidez there, and then let alone
uh,
you got
Morrell.
Morel there as
Yeah.
well. Then Arthur Baturbia, if he's still there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you like those guys. I don't think he can get through those guys.
Ain't Ben Whitaker at light heavyweight?
Yeah, Ben up there, but Ben is not even. Ben is he's number 12 in the WBC sanctioning body. Let me see if he ain't any others. He's number
Oh, I'm like,
15 in the IBF sanctioning body. So he's still kind of like in prospect mode for real.
you want to cook more?
Ben Whitaker would not fuck with any of those top guys at 175, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he would either. He just got
I
hyped.
I ain't I ain't I ain't sold. I'm damn sure not sold at all. I'm not
Yeah,
sold, bro. Even though he knocked dude out last week, it was cool and all, but I wasn't like okay, like the
I
stop.
got
It was
you.
okay. It was
I
cool,
got you.
like
Man, you know
like
how you know how cars is just like the tank fight. Like they always gonna have fighters like they had Gary Russell on the card. UK gonna have them UK guys on the undercard. It's just how it is, man. So they couldn't find nobody to be a heavy co-main under them, and they got Anthony Yarde. Is how I look at it. Hopefully he get a title shot and just go out in the sunset because I don't see him beating any champions. So it's sad to say. Yeah, he won co-main, but nothing is coming from that. He was really just a filler just for that fight, just to have something on the undercard. That's really all it really was.
facts. Facts. Did
Hmm?
you watch any of the other fights?
You said what?
Did you watch any of the other fights besides the co-main and the main event? Because I
Nah,
didn't get to catch the other fights.
I catch the Liam Smith one. The Liam Smith.
How he doing that fight?
He is over with for him.
Shit is over.
I think it's over with for him.
Did he win?
Wait, I think he lost. I know when I tuned because I watched the first like 8 rounds, I saw I had him losing, and then I came back and it was the end of the fight, and everybody was cheating about the guy fault.
Yeah, he lost by unanimous decision. I
Yeah.
knew he was gonna lose that fight because I was looking at the weigh-in yesterday, and I'm like, man, I'm
Uh
looking
huh.
at the young dude Aaron McKenna that he fought. I'm like, dude, taller
Mm-hmm.
than him, he younger. I'm like, Leon Smith look old as hell. He look like he's 40 something up there. I'm
He
like,
is
bro, I'm like,
that.
yeah. I'm about to say that boy ain't about to beat this man. What the hell? Why Liam Smith still fucking fighting for?
Do you be noticing whenever a
D1,
fighter
what's
beat?
good, my boys? Hey, subscribe to Angry White Man Podcast, by the way, man. Great work on the boxing content, man. Those my brothers over there, man. That's family. Make sure y'all subscribe and support my guys over there.
Hey, do you be noticing whenever somebody beats somebody, they undercard be who they beat? You be
Bro,
noticing that? They be
it always be like that, dog.
yeah, like Liam Smith and
Always.
Eubank.
Nasty work, bro. I knew Liam Smith was gonna lose to that dude. I'm just like, dude, just taller. I'm like, oh yeah, Liam Smith gonna get washed in this fight. Fuck around. I'm glad. I'm mad I missed that fight. I know I probably won't go back and watch it.
They just trying to man, they just trying to bring shine to people. UK struggled getting some top UK guys to be on the undercard. That's what it looked like to me. So they gave these younger guys a chance to shine, and that's what happened on Liam Smith. He gave that young kid a chance to shine. So I think that's it for Liam Smith, in my opinion. I don't see Liam Smith having another top fight. That conversation gonna lead to the main event, but yeah,
Facts, man. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get it cracking and talk about the main event, man. Hey, let me start off, bro. Before we get into this, talk about this fight. I gotta salute to both of these guys, bro. To
yeah,
Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn on a classic fucking
mm-hmm.
fight, bro. This was a classic fight, bro. This
I
was
agree.
real boxing that we seen in that fight, bro. Them boys fought to the end, bro. They
Mm-hmm.
brought it out, bro. They put everything out there on the line, man. They left their hearts out there, man. And those
That's
are the
true.
fights that I truly enjoy watching right there, man. For real. Like that shit gave me a real old school feel on boxing watching that fight earlier, man. I'm like, I love this fight between these two dudes, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
two dudes just going at it, just wilding out, just brawling it out, putting everything on the line, man. That shit was just
Mm-hmm.
amazing to watch today, bro. Like, I salute to both of these guys, man, before we even get started talking about this main event, man, because this was a beautiful fight. Beautiful fight. I
It
enjoyed
was
every
a
second of this fight.
To be honest, I don't think you ever gonna see nothing like that again unless you run into another big grudge match. You never gonna see nothing like that again. Because the style of boxing nowadays isn't to have fights like that. It's to be real tactical, be timed. I think your camera messing up, but yeah, be tactical, be timed, more calculated. That's the style of boxing today. So the way they fought was real old school. Honestly, similar to how their dads fought. So I
Facts.
just feel like you ain't gonna see that. That was like a rerun of the past, in my opinion, because you ain't gonna see that again, man.
Facts, facts, bro. Like I totally enjoy these guys, bro. Like Conor being man, the scorecards was crazy. Let me hold on. Let me go to that because that was interesting, man. About this fight, man. Just to kind of talk about it a
So
little bit, bro.
this is me, but the scorecards, like I'm gonna be honest, Conor being
116 times, 116, 112 times for Chris Eubank Jr., bro. Like that, I ain't gonna lie. I felt like the fight was closer than that. I gotta
I
be real.
here's why I agree, but here's why I'm not too mad at it. Because first off, we was in Eddie Hearn house. I thought Eddie was gonna have Conor win somehow. I thought Eddie Hearn, because if you listen to the commentary, them commentators was mainly trying to egg on Conor being. You get what I'm saying? So I
Right.
thought Eddie Hearn was gonna pull some tricks or something like that and get Conor being to win that. Number two, if you look at the fight, Conor had like moments, but Eubank is who had the momentum the whole time. Like Connor, he'll land one shot and not finish Eubank off, or land a shot and not finish him and stuff. So it's like Eubank, I think Eubank had way more punches that he landed. So, and then on top of that, on TV, we probably didn't get a good enough view as the judges got. So I wasn't too mad at it. I think it should have been 15-13, but I had Eubank winning either way it went. So either it didn't matter to me either way it went. I didn't want it to be no draw because I don't think a rematch need to happen. I really don't.
Bro, yeah, bro. 116, 112 for all three judges, bro. I felt like Eubank won by at least around at least. Man, I thought Eubank had
Mhm.
the edge of the fight. But
Yeah.
that fight was definitely close, though. Definitely fucking close.
I
Oh,
I
D1, my boy D1 said that fight wasn't closest as people say. It was literally Chris Eubank winning almost every round. I gave Connor 3 rounds. That's it. Oh, okay. I felt like it was
I
a little
mean, I'm
closer
gonna
than
be
that, in
real,
my
man.
opinion.
I gave Conor
I
probably
see what
about
D1
four.
saying though. I see what
Yeah,
D1 saying.
I gave Conor probably 4 rounds, but here's why I don't want to see a rematch. I didn't. So everybody kept looking at Ben, not Ben, looking at Eubank, thinking Eubank hurt. Eubank wasn't hurt in some of those moments. He was drained. He was drained and kept trying to have to dig out and fight again. He had to keep digging down and fight again. He looked drained. Because I went back and replayed some of it. Some of the times when people say he was stunned, he didn't even get hit with a punch. He just was stuck and out of breath. He was just
Yeah,
drained. No, a rematch don't need to happen, man, because I think a rematch should probably be a. I mean, it might be entertaining because now they both been in the ring with each other and stuff like that. So it might be a little bit more interesting. But I don't want to see Eubank go down to 160 again. I don't. I don't want to see him go down to 160. I don't want Conor to try to come up to 168. Conor, you said you got Mario Barrios next. Go focus on Mario Barrios, man. Your dad lost to him twice. You lost to him once. It's three. Wait, no, it's 2-0. It's 2-0 and
two
1.
yeah 2-0
It
and
ain't worth.
one.
It ain't worth. Even if he beat Chris Eubank one time, the score is still lopsided. So it don't make sense for a rematch at all.
They still they got a rematch clause on that fight, which is kind of crazy to me because I was like, damn, why
Exactly.
would
That's
they have a
stupid.
fucking rematch clause for that
Exact.
fight?
Chris Eubank is old. The man like 35, 36. Why you got a rematch clause on him? Like, I don't think so. I think this fight need to go how Crawford and Spence went. That's how I need to go. That rematch clause need to just wave off into the dust and stuff. Now, Eubank, I think Eubank needs to honestly, I think Eubank probably about done though. Like, I think the only reason Eubank dug deep because of the history of this fight. We seen Eubank get stopped before. We seen him get lazy before. Eubank he got a bad habit of getting lazy when he fight. I ain't gonna lie. I seen it in the
Did
first
you
two, three
think
rounds.
what did you think about Eubank's condition? Like both guys conditioned in the fight.
Honestly, Conor Benn's conditioning looked not as good as I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. And Eubank's conditioning looked like I thought it was gonna be because I thought he was gonna be drained. Eubank looked like he was
Right.
slowing down around the fourth. Then he have spurts where he come back, then he slow down. But Connor slowed down as the rounds got later and later. You know what I'm saying? So I was surprised by Connor looking gassed as he was. I don't think Connor expected Eubank to come out like he did. But the fight don't need to happen again, point blank, period. Uh Eubank Senior keep on talking about he want to see Canelo and Eubank. I'd rather Canelo go ahead and beat Eubank and let Eubank run off in the sunset with a top fight and stuff than to have him fight Ben again. I don't. It ain't worth the fight again. It's not worth it. It's all settled. It's
Facts.
all
I
settled,
mean,
man.
yeah, like I honestly, bro, like it's tough to see Eubank stay at 160, bro, because he looked like he
Exactly.
definitely need to be at
He was
168 right
drained.
now.
You could see his cheekbone.
Like
He lost.
he missed weight for this fight, and he's the guy that fight at the weight class. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, it definitely looked like he was drained through the fight, but I mean, Eubank, I felt like the condition was up to normal what I thought would have happened. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think he was gonna be like in 100% great shape, like great shape. I mean, he was in great. I could say both of them was in great shape because they both took a lot of punishment in this fight. Both of them
Hmm.
fight on the inside and the back half of the fight, brawling and out like the last 3 rounds. It was all inside. Ain't no fight on the
Hmm.
outside. I was a little worried with. I was a little worried with Eubank's footwork because he flat footed. He definitely flat footed in
He
the
fight like
motherfucker.
his dad. He circled around on
And
his blind side the whole time.
yeah, so I was a little worried because Conor Ben was taking some good little angles and his hand speed. I felt like his hand speed was a little faster than Chris Eubanks too.
It was kind of problem was you could see his hooks coming. He'd dig that shoulder down and he'd overhand them hooks almost. So his hooks,
Eh,
every time he seen that shoulder go down, Chris would duck every time and he missed every last hook by doing that.
Right, and Chris kept that jab on par
Hmm.
throughout the whole fight, which that paid a lot of dividends. I was watching D1. I was watching you earlier. I went in the comments. But I was watching you earlier. You was talking about his jab. Talking about Chris Eubank jab. Well, I was watching
Hmm.
OG. My bad. I was watching KQKC. while he was commentating the fight earlier, and I seen D1. You was in the comments. You was talking about Chris Eubank's jab. Yeah, his jab was on point throughout the whole fight. Man, it was keeping.
Yeah.
It was keeping him, not being so being a little bit unpredictable in the fight, as far as with Conor and shit.
Yeah, this fight don't need to happen again. But what's crazy to me, man, like we spoke about, I think this is Turkey highest selling fight possibly. You think it is?
Yeah, I mean that crowd was amazing there. I ain't gonna lie, that was an amazing
Yeah.
crowd that was there. You know what I mean? And Turkey was up there just cheesing like a motherfucker after the
That's the
fight,
first time he
shaking
made his money.
both
That's why.
hands and all of that.
That's
He was cheesing like motherfucker. Like that's how I sell out some shit because I ain't selling
exactly.
out shit, and none of my other fights can't sell shit in Saudi Arabia.
Bro, that's the first fight that actually gave me like a feeling, man. Like I watched that fight, Chris dad to come out with him. And then Nigel come out with his son. Connor came out to the same song his dad came out to and everything. It's
Yeah,
like
that
they
was
wore the
dope.
same thing they dads wore when they fought. They wore the same colors and everything. And like in
Right.
knowing the story of senior and junior, how the father and son don't get along, and now his father put everything aside and still showed up for his son, and the fight taking place. That fight has had like emotion behind it. It wasn't just two guys just fighting like any other boxing match. You know, he fight him because he's number three and he's number five or something. It actually was like something on the line. So that's why I say you never gonna see a fight like this again, man. Unless Lamont Roach Jr. fight Tank Jr. or something, you ain't gonna see
Bro,
nothing like
I'm look
this.
I'm looking at some shit right here right now. The AI judges for this fight scored it 117-111 for Eubank.
It's because the punches he landed. That's why. Eubank was landing a lot of punches. That's why. Like Eubank could get in the inside and start throwing a lot of punches. They wasn't effective at first or nothing like that. But because he landed so much more, and really the crowd was really leaning towards Eubank. Honestly, the only person that was going crazy for Conor was the commentators and Eddie Hearn. That was it. And I was scared Eddie Hearn was gonna pull a trick to make Eubank you lose. I really thought that's what was gonna happen.
Well, I thought the fix was in, bro.
I really did because the whole way all everybody been talking about was all the younger guy this, the younger guy that. There's no way Eubank wins. He's the older guy, and then you know how Eddie Hearn and Turkey they tied up. So I was like, yeah, he gonna find a way to get away with that.
Facts. Yeah, and I was looking at after just looking at some comments after the fight, Chris Eubank, he
Mhm.
said, I knew I was capable of that. I just needed someone to bring it out of me. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect he'd be the guy. But the fact that our fathers did what they did all those years ago, it brings out a different soul, a different spirit in you. And then Conor Ben, immediately after the fight said, we always knew Chris is a great fighter. All the fighting talk is fighting talk. He's a good fighter. I would love to avenge that loss. My next move is either Mario Barrios for the WBC World Title or the rematch with Chris.
Now, look, this is the point. This is the part. This is the other side of things I want to bring up. That performance that Eubank had, and that performance that Connor had against top American fighters, they would have got ran through because
I
it was way too many
agree.
flaws. It was way when Eubank started off the way his stance was, his feet was starting in the first round. I said no. Something no. I said no. Benn, whoever at 168 would have ran. Caleb Plant would have ran through him. Caleb Plant would have ran through
I
Eubank.
agree.
Then looking at Ben, like Ben throws those wild punches and everything. Boots would have ran through Ben. He would have counted
Yeah,
him
that.
every time.
But it's a reason. It's a
Yeah,
reason why motherfucking Ben won't get fed to boost by Eddie Hearn, bro. Eddie
yeah.
Hearn know what's up, man. He know what's up with that,
And
man.
another thing I want you to think
He
about.
know Ben can't be boost.
Look, think about this too. Ben ain't strong as you think he is. Ben has 14 knockouts out of 20 something wins. And the last few fights he had, he didn't knock the guy down at least. And he ain't knocked down a drain Chris Eubank. And Eubank, his last fight before this one, he got knocked down. So Ben is not powerful as everybody think he is. He just throw punches with mean
Facts.
intent and he leans forward on each punch to make him look stronger. whenever Eubank closed the gap, he couldn't load up on punches, so he just sat there and sat on the ropes the whole time. So that's what I'm saying. Against and the top elite American fighter, both of them would have lost. But that fight was a good
Facts.
fight to happen because it was actually a fight. It wasn't a boxing match. That was a fight. That's so that still looked good for them though. But whoever they fight outside of each other next, they might be fooled.
Facts. And then I'm gonna read something for what Chris Eubank Sr. said. He said he couldn't move around the ring, so he had to stand toe to toe. That is
Mhm.
legendary behavior. I am so proud. That's my son.
Yeah, you don't see warrior fights no more. You don't see people getting there and just fight. Literally, like you said, fight like everything depend on it. You don't see that no more. Everything nowadays is just tactical fighting. You just trying to be the best counterpuncher nowadays, or that's how it is. It ain't fighting no more.
Facts.
It's more boxing now than fighting. It's more boxing. So
Facts, bro. And then of course, Chris Eubank Jr., he ended up, precautionary check out, to the hospital. And I seen a lot of people on the internet like, oh, Conor Benn, he sent Eubank to the hospital and all of that. I'm
he
like,
was
bro,
drained.
like
They say he was throwing up. The man was drained.
I wasn't even thinking about like the fight in general. I'm just thinking that the man, no, the weight and everything, because he couldn't weigh over 170 on fight night because he
Hmm.
missed weight yesterday. So like he had to keep his weight in check. If he was able to blow up over 70 pounds, man, Chris Eubank probably would have been motherfucking 180, 190 in there tonight.
Bro, people don't realize let somebody drain them down 20 pounds, 30 pounds below they walk around weight and then tell them to go play a sport for an hour or something without hydrating. Let's see how they look. It
Facts.
ain't gonna look good. Let LeBron get dehydrated down to like 180 pounds and go play basketball for one game. Watch him go to the hospital after that.
Facts. Jag Queen says Eddie keeps him away from real fighters. That's a fact. Two Cents
Yeah, Eddie gonna
Boxing was
keep.
good. Salute the Two Cents Boxing. Everybody, make sure y'all subscribe to Two Cents Boxing over there, man. Amazing
Yeah, that's
content on the
coming.
boxing side, man. That's my sis. That's family. So make sure y'all show love to sis for sure. And D1, the reality is Conor Benn doesn't punch hard enough to deal with no one 168 pounders. He would have
Hmm.
been ran through by a big American. Facts. Definitely a fact
Conor
for
Ben
sure.
probably lose to Laura at 160. There's Lenny Laura. He'll lose to him.
Hell yeah.
He'll lose to
Laura
him.
definitely be Ben. Laura, Laura, he's slick as hell. He'll definitely lose to him for sure.
Jamal Charlo. I mean, who at 160 now? Jamal 168 now. So no, I didn't even. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I think I would watch Eubank versus Jamal. I would watch that.
Eubank
I
versus
think.
Jamal at 168. It had to be
I
at
think that's. I
68
think
for
that
sure.
that might be a good fight because Jamal not really looking as sharp as he was, and Eubank. Well, they both had the same trainer for a little bit. They both was with Roy Jones for a little bit, so I don't know if that ever happened.
Facts, facts,
But
facts.
I
Man,
was watching Sean Porter, and Sean Porter said a good point about Chris Eubank. He said Chris Eubank went and trained with Roy Jones, and Roy Jones rely on athleticism a lot. Eubank is not
right.
athletic as he think he is to be moving and putting his hand down, trying to dip. He ain't. He was slow. You're not that athletic to be moving like that.
It's slow as hell, bro.
Yeah, you're not
Slow as
athletic enough.
hell.
They both would have got toe up fighting the top competition. Eubank would have lost to Caleb Plant. We ain't even gonna talk about Canelo, and Ben would have lost to Boot. He might have a tough fight with Barrios. We don't even know.
Yeah. Big play sports. Salute my dog. Bro, Eubank's chin held up great tonight. He ate up some nice shots, had a great clinch game, and threw his overhands with precision.
And he was drained. Got hit and was drained and stayed up.
In Two Cents Boxing, he said, "Stop it, Eubanks versus Jamal. Hell nah, bro. Why these fighters keep training with Roy?
They both
I
trained
don't.
with
Hey,
Roy.
that's crazy. A lot of
They
dudes
both
be
trained
going
with
over there,
Roy.
to Roy, and Roy. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them dudes be losing over there with Roy. That's dudes. So I can't speak for the
I noticed
Roy Jones.
every time somebody train with Roy, they lose. Because Jamal trained with Roy, he looked terrible. Jared Anderson trained with Roy and got beat by Bacole. Uh, what's the name? Left Roy. Eubank left Roy. and he went back to his original trainer. So I don't know. That style that Roy Jones had worked for his time, but today it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, and he's teaching everybody that style, and those people he's teaching are not as athletic as he was. You know what I'm saying?
Two
So they
cents.
can't do that same stuff.
Two cents said Eubanks barely made it. Facts. Level sports. If he beats Eubank in a rematch, I think he could stop Canelo. He's young.
You think Ben can
Uh,
stop Canelo?
nah,
What?
hell
Who
no.
said
That's
that?
some dude level
Hey,
sports
I ain't
right
gonna lie,
there.
2 cent. You done lost 1 cent for me now, boy. Your name 1 cent now because that I don't know nothing about that. Stop it, Canelo. I don't even think Ben could beat Munguia
Nah,
in
nah,
boxing.
that's
Do you?
level. Yeah, that's level sports saying that. This dude level
Oh,
sports. He said if he
yeah,
beats
Ben.
Eubank in a rematch, I think he can stop Canelo. I don't. Ben ain't stopping no Canelo, bro.
Nah,
Ben.
how Ben gonna stop
This
Canelo?
is the question. Does Ben go back to 147, or he's
Ben
going to go down to 154 after this fight? Like that's a question
Ben
that
said
got to be
Barrios.
asked.
Ben said
Well,
Barrios
with
or the rematch is
Barrios
next.
was I'm gonna get to we gonna talk about Mario Barrios because right now Mario Barrios from per 210 boxing TV, Mario Barrios is set to fight Manny Pacquiao. They're finalizing that fight right now for July.
He need to sit
So
down too. See, did Manny
yeah,
Pacquiao
Manny
could end
Pac.
up
I
like
don't
Liam
like
Smith,
that
just
fight.
getting
I
beat.
don't like that, man, bro. Manny Pacquiao do not need to be coming back, bro. Stay your ass in the Philippines, doing whatever you do, living
Yeah,
your retired life, man.
when you at the when you a great boxer and you reach your peak and you know your time about over with, like leave at the top. Don't get beat up and just be a name on everybody's resume. Now your legacy don't even matter no more. Like Roy Jones, he's great, but he started losing in his career, going up to heavyweight and all this stuff, man. Like nobody want to see them fights no more, man. You should have went off when you was at the top. That's it. When you lost that title, you know you didn't have it no more. Just retire then. Don't go to another weight class, come back over and over. Nobody not want to see that. So
Salute
I
to
don't
my
get.
boy All Things, man. What's good, my dog? Then it
He said,
said
"What he
big play
say?"
sports. I'm gonna just read down some. Said
Hey,
the
I'm gonna tell
Jag
you.
Queen boxer. She said not much on Roy. Eubanks used to
I'm gonna tell
train
you
with
another
Roy.
thing.
Yep.
Another problem though. Another problem was they both Eubank and Ben. I didn't notice they started boxing late in their life. Like Eubank started boxing at the age of like 15. Ben started at like 17. That's why they got so many flaws. You know, like them boys. And then Ben had no amateur fights. He went straight pro. So this is just a fight.
Two said, "Get the fuck out of here! How the fuck big go stop Canelo?" Yeah, yeah, that's an outlandish take right there. We don't even
Hey,
get down to that shit. And
hey,
salute
but
to Mrs. CamJNetwork, my wifey, for sure.
I gotta step
And he
out, bro.
said,
But I'm gonna catch you. I gotta step out.
"All right, do your thing, for sure." Hey, if anybody want to pop on here and want to chop out, I'm gonna actually leave a link in the comments actually, so we can go ahead and chop it up a little bit. Leave a link in the comments real quick. Boom. There we go. All right, there you go. All right, there we go. All right, so link in the comments, man. If y'all want to come up here and chop it up, man. I do got some topics to go over and talk about too, for sure. Um, definitely. D1 said, I'm about to time you out, level sports fucking trolling. Yeah, that was crazy. Ringwall Boxing Podcast was good. Hey, salute to Ringwall Boxing Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to those guys over there. Great boxing content over there as well, for sure. Mr. Level Sports. Ugh, I'm interested. I want to hear this guy's take.
Yo,
Mr. Level Sports.
yeah,
What's going on? What you got on your mind, man?
yeah. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. I picked Conor Benn to win the fight.
You picked Ben to win?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a big Ben fan.
And so how did you think that Ben won the fight, or did you have Eubank winning the
Uh,
fight?
yeah. So in my scorecards, I actually had Ben winning the fight. In my scorecards,
On what and how many rounds you had Ben winning?
I had Ben winning six. Sorry, not six, 7 rounds, and Eubank, I think five. I think five rounds.
So you had Ben 7-5.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
what's up. That's what's up. What did you think Ben did better in the fight to win the fight?
In the first few rounds, he was, hooks. So he was using his hooks. He was using his jabs, jabbing, and other stuff. And I don't know about the technicality. I'm a casual fan, so I don't know how to explain it in technical terms.
Okay, okay. Yeah, man. I mean, me personally, like I said, I believe I had Eubank winning the fight, man. Edging it. I thought the fight was, definitely close, but I had, Eubank winning it a couple rounds on my behalf for real. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was an amazing fight, though. It was a classic. Like it was a
Yeah.
classic fight for sure. Like I want to see the rematch, not necessarily because of the weight, because we know Eubank he can't make 160 no more for real, man. Like he literally needs to move up to 168 and really fight at 168, honestly. And the thing with Conor Benn, he's a guy that's fighting at 147. He moved up 2 weight classes for this particular fight. Where does he go next? Is he going to be fighting at 147 again, or he's going to go down to 154, or he's going to try to stay at 160? Like, there's a lot of questions, with that. And I don't honestly see like the rematch possibly even happening for real
To be honest,
because
yeah,
I mean,
I
it
would
just
like to
doesn't
see
make sense.
I like to see the rematch in Wembley Stadium. Is a big fight in the UK. They'll make a lot of money if they do the rematch in the summertime or in December this year.
Yeah. Me personally, I don't see the rematch. I don't want to see the rematch honestly for that fight in particular. But if they do decide to make it happen, I'll watch it and I'll cover it for sure. You know what I mean? It ain't really nothing crazy personally to me to see the rematch for real because I felt like Eubank won this fight, and the way I don't want to see Eubank kill himself to try to fight, Conor Ben again. Like it just doesn't make any sense to do that.
Oh yeah, I was typing in about the Canelo one. I was only joking. It wasn't real.
Ah, yeah, yeah, because I was like, whoa, that was an outlandish take right there. Like, you had the whole chat. They in there like, whoa,
Yeah,
what? Who? Why you say that for? They like he gotta be trolling. Like, yeah, for sure, man.
yeah,
Salute to
only
you, man,
joking.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Well,
I'm
love,
a,
man.
I'm a,
Love.
I'm a definitely.
I'm gonna go now.
All right,
Yeah,
go ahead and do your thing, man.
I'm gonna subscribe to your channel as well.
Okay, for sure, man. For sure, appreciate the love, man. Support for sure, man. For sure. All right. So let's go and get into some of these topics, man, that I got, man, for sure, real quick. And I definitely got to break down. We're gonna talk about Shakur and this Danger Project interview. I ain't went live in a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do last night, but I had a lot going on. So just for clarification, we're gonna talk about daggone Shakur Danger Zone interview. We're gonna break it down. Like we got a lot of layers to break down in that interview for sure. But I'm gonna just go over some of my general topics I got. And like I mentioned before, man, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is nasty work, bro. Nasty work. And this is a fight that is almost finalized from per 210 Boxing TV from Instagram. He said, Shaka News, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title is a done deal for the summer. The date either will be July 19th or 26th on Amazon Prime, and the fight probably won't be on pay-per-view. And location, Las Vegas or San Antonio. So Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. There's 210 Boxing is reporting that this fight is a done deal. I'm not gonna believe it 100% until I see PBC announce it and everything per se. But I mean, this is the fight that knows been in talks from a lot of people, so, from that side saying that Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao been negotiating the fight and everything. And I'm gonna just be real, honestly, man. I don't care for this fight because I don't care to see Manny Pacquiao back fighting again in the ring. Like it serves no justice seeing Manny Pacquiao after we just seen him fight in the exhibition and was no not looking good at all in this exhibition. Like he did not look good in the exhibition fight at all. So I really don't want to see Manny Pacquiao fight Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios, I mean, he gets a big payday and he gets to put a legend on his resume. And I think Mario Barrios would definitely win this fight because I just don't think Manny Pacquiao has any gas left in the tank to fight, at an elite level like he did in the past. You know what I mean? And I don't want to see him mess up his legend over trying to come back and fight, a younger fighter when, Manny Pacquiao, he's way out of his prime, way out of his prime. So I don't want to see this fight in particular for real, but yeah, Manny Pacquiao like damn near close to 50, man. Like, come on, man. It was hard watching Manny Pacquiao in the exhibition fight that we seen him in a few months ago. Like, shit, that's why Ryan Garcia was about to fight the damn dude because shit, Manny Pacquiao he was getting clipped in that shit, man. For real. He was getting clipped, man. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to see Manny Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying, fight anybody. I don't even want to see him in exhibition fights, let alone see him fight motherfucking Mario Barrios in a damn title fight. Mario Barrios should be fighting Boots, man. Like he should be fighting Boots. He should be fighting one of the other champions. He should be fighting no damn Manny Pacquiao, bro. When Manny Pacquiao almost 50 years old, dog. Like it's nasty work. Like it's pure nasty work. Like at all costs, it's pure nasty work, man. Like, and I'm definitely not jacking that fight for real, to be honest. But we'll watch it and cover it though. Like we're definitely watching and cover it for sure. I ain't gonna lie about that. But in other news. The WBA, they was making some orders this week. The WBA was real busy this week with the orders, man. And the WBA they ordered Gary Anton Russell, this guy Andy Hiroka is his mandatory challenger. Both teams have to reach a deal before May 21st, and the mandatory obligation has to be filled by July 1st. So they have to have this mandatory negotiated by the 21st of May, and the fight has to be done July 1st. So this looked like this is going to be the next move for for Gary Anton Russell, because you got to look at it with Alberto Puello. He's about to fight Sabril Matias on the July 12th card for Ring Magazine. And a little different with it, man, because I really wanted to see Puello and Gary Anton Russell run it back, man. I was really hoping that. But I do like the Alberto Puello fight versus Sabril Matias. I do like that fight for sure. Like I like both styles in that fight. But in particular for Gary Anton Russell, him fighting this guy Andy Oroka. Hey, this is mandatory. This probably is going to be the next fight for him because you got to look at the 140 landscape. Got Teofimo Lopez about to fight Arnold Barbosa in a mandatory fight next week in New York. And then you got Richardson Hitchens. He's about to fight Cambosos June 14th in New York. So all the champions is busy. So this going to be the next fight for Gary Anton Russell fighting Andy Hiroka in the mandatory fight coming up next. Maybe they can probably put this fight on the undercard for Tank, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna get to talk about it. Because Tank and Roach rematch got postponed to July 19th. So we're gonna talk about that shortly too. And another WBA order too to talk about, which was crazy. I know people talked about it a couple days ago, But the WBA, they of course they ordered Shakram Giasov to fight Boots Ennis, and as well they said that the winner of that fight and Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, they would have to fight each other. So they basically got a whole little situation where they got a four-way where the winner of Boots versus Giasov will fight the winner of Ryan versus Rolly. But this is my thing about it. I got a problem with that though, because of the fact that Ryan said that the rematch with him and Devin is already signed and locked in. So if that fight is locked in, then why would the WBA be making this order like this in that manner? Because of the fact that Ryan need to run that rematch back with Devin. He definitely need to run that rematch back. And I want to see that rematch in particular myself. You feel me? But I understand, like, they got the whole title situation with the four-way shit, but nah, bro, that rematch gotta happen. Gotta happen. And it sound a little off to me. And y'all gotta remember that Turkey, he got control of the WBA. He got control of the WBA. So some of these moves, he overseeing some of these moves with some of these mandatories being made. And he's definitely overseeing Boots, Ryan Garcia, and Rolly in particular. And you can add Giasov because Giasov is an Eddie Hearn fighter for real. So just adding that in context for us that you feel me. But me personally, I think Boots, go ahead and get the fight out the way with Giasov. You got Brian Norman, he already busy fighting Jin Sasaki in Japan, which we're gonna talk about that. And it's leading me into that conversation. And you got Mario Barrios, him talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao in July. And who's the other champ? The other champ. Got Brian Norman, Boots. Yeah, Boots. Yeah, it ain't no other champ because Boots. I forgot he beat Stanionis. So my bad. That was a hot moment. But so Boots got two of the titles. So I mean, Boots is not going to be able to unify no time soon for real. It looks like. I mean, so Boots is going to probably be forced to fight this fight with Giasav. You know what I mean? And like we was talking about the 140 division, 147 division with Boots. Like, how long is Boots going to be able to stay at 147? Like, we know he has aspirations of unifying and becoming undisputed, but right now it's looking like he's not going to have no chance to do that probably the rest of this year. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest, like because these guys look like they guys are busy. The other champions is busy. You know what I'm saying? And Brian Norman, the Normans, they gonna hold on to that title tight as fuck. They gonna keep fighting other fights and keep calling Boots out and attaching their name, but not putting no action in trying to fight Boots. And it leads me into talking about Brian Norman, which, like I said before, they locked in now to fight Jen Sasaki. Um, what's the date for this fight? The fight is June 19th. So yeah, June 19th, man. Brian Norman Jr. is locked in to fight Jen Sasaki, something that we expected. We talked about this on the channel. We said, bruh, Brian Norman Jr. is talking all this shit about boost, 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 but don't want to fight boost. Motherfucking Bob Earl told Eddie Hearn, yeah, we'll let Brian Norman fight Boots. Because and this was right after Boots fighting Stanionis. And this was what from Eddie Hearn said. Even though we know Eddie Hearn be capping and shit, but I believe him in this sense. He wouldn't lie about something on Bob Arum like that. You know what I mean? The top rank. I feel like top rank want to get Norman whacked for real. I don't even think they want to keep him in champion long for real. I mean, that's why they said that. But Brian, the Normans, they ain't gonna move towards no Boots fight right now, especially after they just seen what Boots just did to Stanionis. He just dog walked Stanionis. Facts, Jazz Queen. Motherfucker, they holding the belts hostage, holding it ransom, big time. The Normans don't want to fight Boots, man. And I'm telling you, watch, they gonna do everything they power to steer away from that fight. Everything in their power. They already did it once. Ain't it wouldn't shock me for them to do it again at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Normans don't want no smoke with Boots. They know Boots will beat the shit out of Norman. And you already know they talked about the sparring session. Motherfucker said the boy Norman got done bad in the sparring session with Boots. And you know I don't take too much context in sparring sessions, but gotta read the room a little bit. If Boots beat your ass in the sparring session, why the hell you gonna try to rush to get in the fight and lose your title when you only defended your title only one time? Like them boys ain't they brother, they doing the same shit like Shakur, man. Pump faking, moving away from the fight, but I'm gonna stay attaching my name to Boots and Tank. That it's like is that a top rank thing that they be doing that shit where they be putting they fighters just to attach their name to bigger fighters names like because top rank is the main promotional company that does this shit like they the main ones like it'd be nasty work, man. And like this fight with Jen Sasaki is a fight that, like I said before, nobody don't want to fucking see. We know you're gonna beat Jen Sasaki. Like we know you're gonna beat dude. You ain't you probably shit. You probably ain't even making over 1 million fighting Jen Sasaki in Japan. Like I'm just saying, you probably ain't even making over 1 million fighting him. Crazy. I wouldn't even be surprised if you ain't even main event in this fight. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this man Brian Norman Jr. ends up fighting on the undercard in Japan, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. Top Rank can do some foul shit like that. They are ready to put the man fighting on a damn woman's undercard. Ain't no telling what they do. They don't. Norman is not no draw, and they talking like they trying to like they like they're a star and shit. Like oh they gonna be the next big draw in boxing and shit. Like stop the fucking cap, man. The Normans is capping over there, man. Like they real life capping. So all right, so takes me into my next topic, man. Um, Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois locked in for July 19th, man. Where it's final, they're finalizing the fight for July 19th. Let me recorrect my words on that. At first, the IBF last week they ordered Daniel Dubois to fight Derek Chisora, which is a horrible fight because nobody don't want to see Chisora fight daggone Daniel Dubois, man. Let's be real. Like they IBF out of pocket for even ordering that fight. Nobody wants to see that. Like I don't want to see that. I know a lot of other people don't want to see that. Chisora is on his last damn leg. Like, and nobody ain't checking for Chisora to fight no heavyweight champion, bro. Like, just be real. You know what I mean? I like this rematch with Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois. It was a controversial fight in the first fight, and it makes all sense for them to run this fight back. You know what I'm saying? Especially it's undisputed on the line. Like I always say, a undisputed fight is or unification or undisputed fight is going to trump a mandatory any day. You know what I mean? And I like this fight with Usyk and Dubois. It was like I said, it was controversial. A lot of people felt that when Dubois, when he hit, he hit Usyk with that body shot. A lot of people felt like it was above the belt. I felt like it was above the belt myself, honestly. You know what I mean? To where Dubois could have been the winner of that fight, but no, ref did with the unimaginable and ended up, saying that it was a low blow, and then daggone Usyk, he comes out and ends up stopping Dubois with a body shot. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of people feel like that shot was a low blow. Define irony was good, my dog. My dog. I gotta get some with my boy Define irony too, real quick. All right. Hold on. quick, my boy, and my boy as a moderator. Give him a wrench. My dog. Salute to my boy, the fine irony, man. Had to wrench my boy up. Um, yeah, man. So Alexander Usyk, Daniel Dubois. I love the fight. The fight is going to be at Wembley Stadium, from what I'm hearing. It's going to be in London, up there for sure. So definitely, looking forward to that fight for sure. It's going to be a banger, man. Definitely interesting fight for sure. And next topic that I have, let's talk about Jamal Charlo, man, and Caleb Plant, man. Them boys was wilding out on a little press conference the other day. I was watching it, man. Jamal Charlo was going crazy on Thomas LaManna, dog. Like saying he gonna step on him, saying like he gonna beat his ass. Like he was just talking crazy records to Thomas LaManna the other day, man. And Thomas LaManna, like I was expecting Thomas LaManna to kind of pop some shit back a little bit. Like he popped a little bit, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? Jamal Charlo was getting out of pocket up there. Some people damn near thought Charlo was drunk up there, bro. The way he was talking up there, dog. Like he was going crazy. Let me bring sis on.
What's
What's good?
good? Can you hear
What's
me?
good with us, sis? Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Yeah, I am of the belief too. I'm not gonna say that he was uh drunk. I'm not gonna say that, but he definitely
Yeah, I
looked
don't think
like
he was drunk.
he had something altering his his well-being. I'm just gonna say that. It was a little weird almost to watch. Like I was like, why is he having a meltdown? Like I expected some sort of energy, obviously, but he just kept like switching on and off. I don't know if he was on medication or what was going on, but I hope he gets it together by the time they get in that ring. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's, mentally prepared as well as physically prepared to getting into what he got to do. And hopefully he will truly be back. You know what I mean? Because I think that they
Facts.
need him back to shake shit up. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. Yeah. It was just surprising me, like, cause, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lamena was just sitting there, and he kind of didn't. No, he was just letting Charlo control the whole motion of the conversation that they was having for us. The face off that they was having. I'm like, damn, you got to fight back a little bit, bro. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
don't I don't know if he was necessarily letting him control the conversation. I think he was more or less like we all was thrown off because it was like the energy kept going up and down. It was first like, I respect you, I love you. I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
it was like an elevator. It was just up and down. I'm like,
Yes, I don't think he really kind of was like catching energy. But if you see when he first started snapping, Cornflake was like, "All right, here we go." I was waiting for this type of thing, and then they had their little cute, real quick back and forth. But then Cello said when he knock him out, he gonna stomp on his head and all this.
yeah. He
I
was
was
talking
like,
about
"Oh
stomping on his
wow,
head and everything. I'm like, whoa.
I ain't
Marquis
mad
was
at it."
good, my boy. Salute, Marquis.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was talking greasy to Lamanna.
I mean they
And
about to
then
fight,
Caleb
so
Plant was talking greasy too a little bit. Like he was talking about he gonna step on dude and he gonna step on him so he can get to the Charlo fight. Like so both of them guys is set for a clash collision for sure.
well they need to because isn't that I always get the Yin Yang twins mixed up? Isn't that the one he slaps?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
That was
so
the
yeah,
one he's last.
they need to get that back. And I'm a fan of Caleb Plant, but I'm gonna need them to settle that in the ring. You can't be just can't slap
Oh yeah,
nobody.
they gotta settle that. They gotta settle that in the ring for sure. Cause
Now I didn't hear what you
that
were
slap
talking.
was crazy.
I know. That wasn't a good look, yo. That wasn't a good look for the Charlo. But now you said something about Ryan and Devin. Is now their fight not happening after this card that they fighting
No,
in the
no.
alley?
Well, they didn't say it's not happening still. The WBA they pretty much ordered no the winners of the Ryan Rowley fight, the winner of Boots versus Giasaw, since they ordered the mandatory fight with Boots and Giasaw. Now,
Mm.
my thing is, like I said, Ryan and Devin is allegedly that they have that fight signed and locked in. So why is the WBA mandatory? No, making that making it mandatory for Ryan and Rolly to fight the winner of Boots and Giasov when Ryan already locked in to fight Devin in a
Because
rematch in October.
Because if I'm not mistaken, they're trying to push Ryan and Boots to fight. So I'm not sure what
Facts.
they're dancing around that about, but I think that's where they're trying to go with that.
I
But
mean, you
like,
see the conversation with Ryan, like when after he did his media workout, he was talking about Boots that he wants to fight Boots and the other champions at 147. So like you see like the play, you see the play, it's
yeah, you
forming.
definitely see the play. And I mean, I bless his little heart, but I don't think he ready for Boots. I mean, it'll be what it is. But I mean, now if Ryan could catch him, it may be something different. Even though Boots got a chin, but I don't really think it's gonna be a competitive fight because as good and Ryan is good as Ryan is, I really don't think that he got what it takes to, you know what I'm saying, rumble with Boots. But I could be wrong, who
Facts.
knows? But I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't see it. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. You say
Oh
you was
no,
about to
yeah,
say
no,
something
no,
about
you good.
Shakur.
No, you good.
You-
You good. So now you can stay on because it's getting on to what this your speed right here.
Oh, okay.
So this your speed. So yeah, Tank. All right, let me go ahead and because I want to address this because I seen people talking about this shit and this is just a small little intricate just talking about Tank versus Jake Paul. Everybody
Oh
talking, a
my
lot of
god.
y'all dumbass haters talking about that shit. It's stupid to talk about. It wasn't going to happen ever. It's relevant to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So all of the Tank haters trying to spread this, continue to spread this dumbass narrative about Tank wanting to fight Jake Paul is just stupid. It's pointless. It's irrelevant. Y'all are completely wasting y'all time. Like it's a stupid ass talking point that's never gonna work over here. It's not gonna
It's
work
it's
over here.
not. It's not going to work anywhere, and I'm not really sure why people are even talking about this. I mean, I get it, quote unquote. Jake Paul confirmed it, but who is Jake Paul? He's not even a real boxer, in my opinion. And I know some people may look at him like he's doing something. As far as a promoter, I think he's doing amazing for women, but as far as a boxer, I'm still not taking him serious. And I don't know
Right.
who on God's green earth would sanction such a fight. But they need stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yo, check this out. They down bad. You know what I'm saying? Shakur
For
stock is on
real.
fire sale. You know what I'm saying? We got Glassjaw Devin over. They down bad. They got to try and bring us down with them. You know what I'm saying? They down
Absolutely.
bad. They down bad. So I mean, I get it. Nice try, but nah, we
Yeah, and
good.
I just seeing this conversation. Like everybody keep talking about, oh Jake Paul, bro. Nobody went about to fight no Jake Paul, bro. They ain't even near the same weight class. Like it's just a stupid
Yeah, they
situation to talk about. It's just stupid. I just wanted to briefly just put that in there before
yeah.
we talk about this rematch with Tank versus Lamar Roach, which
Hmm.
is officially postponed to July 19th. Shout out
Hmm.
to my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV. He put out the paperwork on his channel on the
Oh,
post
did he? I didn't even
showing,
see it.
yeah,
Okay.
showing that they have the venue locked in for T-Mobile Arena in Vegas for July 19th. So Tank
Is
Roach, July 19th, man. I'm excited about it. Hopefully they can put like I said earlier about Gary Anton Russell having that mandatory fight with Andy Hiroka. Hopefully they can add that fight on there. And no, I'm already hearing that Osaki Foster and Stephen Fulton, like Stephen Fulton's going to definitely move up to 130 to fight Osaki Foster. So we're gonna get that fight. And then obviously before we said about um going Shushu Carrington, Shushu Carrington, he'll be fighting possibly for that vacant title against Ray Vargas, the mandatory challenger.
is he gonna be on that
So
card? He gonna be on that card too?
now I don't know he's going to be. They were saying that originally that they were going to put that fight on the card too. So I would assume that that fight will possibly be on the card still as well.
That would be a stacked card, and I'll tell you what though, although I am a fan of Shushu, Shushu got to step it up. That nigga 72 fighting 10 round fights. We gotta stop this shit. He is that nigga 72 still fighting 10 rounders. I did not know that until I watched his last fight. I'm like, yo, bro, almost 30. Why is he still fighting 10 rounders? Like, so he definitely got to step it up a little bit for me. But I'm still a
Facts.
fan of his. I'm still checking for it. We'll see how he do. We'll see what he do as he moves up in competition. Because to me, he's almost like maybe a step above Devin. He's not that interesting to watch either to me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he don't have much power. I mean, so I be one. I see. I was like, shoot. He really surprised me that he stopped the dude that he fought the last fight that early for real. Because I was thinking he's probably going to probably win by decision or stop him in the late rounds. But Shushu got the job done, man. I like Shushu. Is just I just want to see more. I want to see him put on more consistent performances because I know the last couple performances that he had prior to his last fight, little shaky, little shaky.
mhm,
He got the
mhm.
wins, but they was a little shaky though. They was some
he's
shaky wins for sure.
he's with Eddie Hearn, right?
Oh, Shushu with top rank. Yeah, he with
Okay,
top
so
rank.
he's part of the top ranked program. Then you know how they match him up, trying to make him look good, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't know why I thought he was with Eddie. I thought Eddie was outside his last fight with him. Whatever. But he needs to step it up. He needs to move up to at least 12. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why he's unless he started fighting late. Was he late? I'm trying to figure out why this boy is
Uh,
still fighting 10
what's that?
rounders.
Because because they still keep it. They still fight. They still have him like in contender mode. So
That's what I'm
he ain't,
saying.
yeah, they still got him in contender mode. So that's why he's still fighting a lot of those 10 round fights still. And I mean, now it's time to step it up. You in championship mode now. So now it's time to see you fight, 12 rounders now for sure.
And I'm not, and I mean, but he's, and I know I keep going back to this, but the boy is almost 30. How many more good boxing years do we got left? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not a lot of
That-
wear and tear being put on his body, so I get that. It's just when you're gonna, let's pump up the volume a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, facts. Definitely. I need to see him definitely turn it up for sure. Because this fight with Ray Vargas, definitely a fight that he should win. But that fight won't be easy. Ray Vargas is gonna be relentless. He's one of them pressure fighters, so it's gonna be a good little interesting fight for him. Definitely. And Shushu would be able to fight again on another big card. We just seen Shushu fight on the Tyson Paul card last year. And this would be another big card for Shushu to fight on, fighting it on the Tank Roach rematch card.
And he fought. He just fought. What was it? A couple months ago.
Yeah, he's
Was it?
been. I mean, they keeping him active.
Yeah,
That like
yeah. I
Shushu's
was about
probably
to
fought
say.
like his last couple years. He's probably fought maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah, he on that
I
Abdullah
mean,
Mason train. I ain't mad at that.
yeah, top rank. What they fighters with that their prospects. They try to move them fast. So they had those guys fight 4 or 5 times a year for sure.
Well, he need to step it up in rounds. Then you saw the Keyshawn presser, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Mm,
yeah. Keyshawn, like I
mm,
like now. Keyshawn speaking about Tank. This thing he said that he wanted to fight the winner of the Tank Roach rematch. And he was kind of saying, like, alluding in a sense, kind of similar to Shakur, that he think Lamont gonna win the rematch too. Like, I don't know what's up with these guys with this
Yo,
shit,
when I
man.
heard
Like,
that, and I made a video about that too. But when I heard that, I said, "Why Keyshawn sound like he'll go with any woman that got any? Like if he was a woman, he'll go with any man that got money. Ain't that how he sound? I mean,
yeah,
I want to fight him. If Tank win, I want to fight you. Like yo,
but for real, see,
Jesus.
all that shit is for real. These guys for real, like, yeah, they be calling out Tank and saying they want to fight Tank for real. But when they say shit like that and be like, oh, they think Lamont will win the rematch, it be showing me that I don't think these guys really want to fight Tank for real. Because y'all niggas should be wanting Lamont to lose. Y'all should be wanting Tank to beat Lamont so y'all can fight Tank and take his old way from him.
Well, that's what Shakur said in his interview. He said that he wants to be the one to take Tank's. Oh, I really personally don't feel that he really wants to fight Tank, but I'm gonna wait till you get there to cook on that. But
So,
yeah,
man, I think Keyshawn definitely he would love for Lamont to beat Tank, so he can possibly try to make a fight with Lamont. He would love for that because
oh,
they
he
don't want
probably
to
think
do
he's
the
stupid.
work. They want
Yeah.
somebody else to do the work for them.
Yep.
Them dudes be wanting Tank to get beat by somebody else for real, so they won't have to fight him.
Mm, mm, mm.
These fans, let them fans. The fans don't see it like this though. They don't see the play and see the logic of how these dudes be moving for real.
Well, they're too
And
blinded
some of
by
these
their
promotional
hate.
companies be keeping them away from Tank too. They've
Mm,
been keeping these dudes. Top Rank been keeping a lot of those guys over there away from Tank. Had a whole
mm-hmm.
tournament at 135, and only person over there that didn't get involved with the smoke was Tank because of them guys didn't want to fight Tank for real.
Mm-mm-mm. It's a shame how they do. They clout chase, but then want to freeze him out. It's ridiculous. That's just a pet peeve of mine, clout chasing. It just really makes me sick. Although I know that obviously it's what it appears to be anyway, a part of the game now. You know, the Normans, the Haneys, they all do it. You know what I'm saying? Shakur, they all do it. I get it. But that just it burns me up like you wouldn't believe. Like cause me personally, I would rather be like Abdullah Mason. You see, whenever he does an interview, he don't attach his name to nobody. They'll ask him about certain fighters, he'll answer the question directly or just all of us all together gloss over it. You won't see every time they stick a microphone in his face, tank, 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 tank. It's like these niggas got tank Tourette's. They can't
Fact.
stop talking about this man. It's like, yo, I would be insulted if you're doing an interview with me and I'm fighting you and all you could talk about is another nigga that I'm not even fighting. I would be insulted. Like, yo, you don't think I'm dope enough to talk about my shit? Or at least the person that I'm about to face? You got to bring up a whole nother nigga in a whole nother situation? Like, that's disrespectful. And they don't even have enough respect for themselves to be like, yo, this is not about such and such right now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, tell me you know you ain't shit without telling me you know you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
it's ridiculous to me because it's the same thing with Bill. And I don't know if you saw his interview that he did with Cigar Talk. The first thing out his mouth, tank. Hey, yo, look, my nigga, don't your son got a fight coming up? Ain't you your son's promoter? It's like all of these guys wish Tank was their son or something. It's ridiculous.
Man, and so we're just going to get into it with all right, so the daggone danger project interview with Shakur Stevenson, man, and just talking about that in particular. Um daggone they ask this man Shakur a whole bunch of questions where I'm sitting there like literally the first minute within the interview, capping already. And I'm like,
I told
why
you.
do
I
y'all let
told you.
Shakur be in these interviews for a whole hour talking? Like, come on. Like, y'all gonna give us content to break down, cook up, chop up, all of that shit.
I told
Like,
you. I told you.
and Danger Project, he did a good interview, but you could tell in the interview that like he don't fuck with Tank in the interview by the questions that he asks. Like, and I don't know, like they Tank ain't never had no back and forth with him necessarily. Now, the only thing about Danger Project, I only watched his interviews when he interviewed the boxers for real. Then sometimes Charles and White when he say some wild shit or whatever. But I don't typically watch them that much because of last year when they had the interview with Adrian Broner, how they did him in that interview where they basically just showed him drunk the whole interview and all of that shit. I didn't appreciate how they did that interview for real. So that left a real bad taste in my mouth about that interview for real, where like I don't really care too much to watch these guys. But obviously in this particular situation, they interviewing Shakur. Of course, we gotta watch them so we can, cook up all of these lies and contradictions that Shakur Stevenson was doing in this damn interview.
You know what I say, diddy bopping, flip flopping. But I don't think I watched the one with the Danza Project. That was the only one I can stomach of him because I know that he just lies so much. It's really like it's sickening. And then if you listen to him talk, he sounds like a mini Bud Crawford. We need to get on the phone. We can work this out.
Man,
Talk about it. Shakur Stevenson, you're not being realistic. And I know there are some Shakur fans that's going to be on my ass, whatever. But let me tell you something, bruh. You do not go from a double undercard to another undercard and think you about to get on the phone with the face of boxing. Who the bleep, bleep, bleep do you think you are? My guy, you not him. You can say you him, and maybe around your house, Lyric may treat you that way as she should, you her man. But my guy, nobody sees you that way but you. Turkey don't see you that
Right.
way. Eddie Hearn don't see you that way. Boxing fans, besides just 7 fans, they don't see you that way. Because if they did, they'd show up and show out for you so you can be on a main event, maybe get some big money and become a pay-per-view star. This is what I can't stand about some of these fans that talk about saying Tank ain't all that, he ain't fighting nobody. Well, you know what? I put my money where my mouth is. I go to fights. I buy fights. Y'all don't even cover y'all own fighters' fights. I have to ask y'all when do Devin fight. Y'all don't even know. Y'all got to look it up. I bet you know when Tank fight. I have to ask you what's going on with Shakur. You won't mention him. You want to talk about Tank. So, I mean, is he my favorite fighter or yours? Because it's
Facts.
ridiculous. It's
Facts.
absolutely ridiculous. And then they wonder why their favorite fighters don't sell. It's because y'all don't support them. If y'all supported y'all favorite fighters as hard as y'all hate on my favorite fighter, maybe, just maybe, they would be a star.
Facts. So one of the questions they asked, they was like, he asked them if Turkey made the fight, and then Shakur went on to say that he was responsible for making the fight, but then he goes on and says that it was hurdles in making the Zapata fight. We know it was hurdles, Shakur. So why are you saying that? Why are you trying to take credit and saying that you was like solely responsible for making the fight? Because that wasn't the case, bro. Eddie Hearn, he was trying to get funding from the zone because Turkey cut your water off. You had to apologize to the man. You had to apologize to Turkey so Turkey can cut the water back on and make this fight happen. Because
Let
you
me
wasn't about to fight at all damn near. You was about to go to purse bid, bro.
Let me tell you something. Eddie is broken in a crack house window, and I don't know why people refuse to talk about this. He borrowed 1.4 million dollars from the PIF fund, and he's still in the goddamn red. Turkey is
Mm,
I mean, Eddie Hearn is a horrible promoter. He has to do what Turkey says in order to keep his business afloat. And again, Shakur being not what he thinks he is, you think you can buck the system when you want welfare? How dare you pull up to the welfare office in a Lamborghini? You know what I'm saying? Like how you gonna call Turkey people towel heads? See, the problem is he thought he could go and have Turkey's ear like his buddy Terrence, but you don't.
Facts.
And you saw nobody came to your rescue when you started bucking the system. They know better. They stood right in line
Facts.
and act like they ain't even see you acting a damn fool. Do. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They left you out there to drown by yourself. Like he got to learn how to read the room better. This young man, and I'm gonna stop calling him a young man
Talk.
because the boy is about 32. When are you gonna understand that you need to be in control of your own destiny? Right now, everybody got Shakur destiny in his hands, but him.
Facts. Facts. And then he went on to compare himself to the greats far as getting hate,
Oh, I hate when he does
like
that. Oh, I
like
hate.
Floyd and Bud saying that oh they get hate and I understand why they get hate and I get the same type of hate and everything. Like Shakur, this is the thing, you don't get hated like that, bro. People speak facts about you and you get emotional. You get on Twitter and you be tweeting out 1,000 tweets per night, going back at fans, going at media, a whole bunch of shit, and you sit there and say that you're getting hate. Like you're sitting there responding to all of these guys. Like you're responding to each and every person that says anything negative about you.
You
But
know
you
what?
want to call
That's why his hands is messed up because all that goddamn tweeting. You know what I'm saying? No,
it's nasty.
I don't know. No, you're right. That's 100% nasty work. And that interviewer, to your wife's point, he was asking very biased questions. I feel he took a couple jabs at Tank. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for what reason, but they all
Hmm.
do it, clout chasing and hating. You know what I'm saying? But if we're gonna be honest, then y'all need to start being honest. And he's just not who he thinks he is. And I think that that's Shakur's biggest problem. He's not who he thinks he is. And he admitted, like, okay, you're a big star, good for you, blah, blah, blah. Like as if that's nothing. Like, bruh, he's a star. You are not. Like, know your place. The problem that I have with some of these people is they do not do this to Canelo. Whatever Canelo tells you you're gonna get, you're gonna get it. and you ain't going to buck the system. You're not going to do nothing. But for whatever reason, when it's someone that looks like them, like a Al Heyman or a Tank Davis, they feel that they are entitled to some shit that they would not otherwise get. I don't see, I
Facts.
mean, you see Shakur tried to buck the system with Turkey, and then within 24 hours, he realized, I'm sorry, Massa. I'm sorry. But they don't do that shit with Canelo, yo. I think that's what makes me like mad the most. Like, yo, if Tank offers you this, take it. It's more than you've made in your career to this date. You getting front end money, and Al Heyman gonna let your promoter and everybody else eat the crumbs and give you the fight of the money on the back end. Why are y'all not running over there? I don't understand this. It's simple mathematics to me. Why are y'all not breaking down PBC door? If y'all really thought y'all was like that, if y'all really wanted the money, y'all really wanted the Tank fight, why are y'all not breaking down PBC's door? That's why I don't pay them no mind when they say they want to fight Tank. I don't pay them no mind when they say he's ducking, because if anybody ducking, it's y'all asses. Y'all got plenty of opportunity to make this fight. Now, Keyshawn, maybe not you, and you might be the only one that I feel really would fight Tank. Maybe Keyshawn is not ducking, but Bob Arum done invested too much money thus far to just go ahead and cash you out right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's back in your hometown. He's still trying to get some of that money back that he's spending on your ass as is. You know, and he's building you up slowly. So you can continue to holler out Tank name. I doubt if he'll give you that fight. You know what I'm saying? Right away. But as far as Shakur, you can't pay me to believe you really want to fight this man, because what you say and what you do don't match. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe what people
Absolutely.
say. I watch what they do. You can tell me all goddamn day that you want to lose weight, but bitch, if every time I see you, you eating a cheeseburger, you think I'm gonna believe you? Hell no.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I believe what people do, because what you do, sometimes you do it unknowingly. You can tell me this, tell me that, but if I'm watching you and I see you doing the complete opposite, I'm going to go with your actions, because those are your habits. Those are what you're prone to do, even when you think nobody's looking. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can say you want to fight Gervonta Davis, but then you go to Eddie Hearn when Tank has stated publicly several times Eddie Hearn is a snake in a suit and he don't want to deal with him. Why would you go to the one promoter you know he don't want to deal with if you really want to fight?
Facts.
I know that Jay Prince and Al Heyman have history because of Mayweather, when they ran down in Mayweather gym. I guess Mayweather owed him money or some crap like that back in the day. So I get that, but at the end of the day, if they really cared about you and they really wanted what was best for you, they're gonna eat, just not as much as you, as they shouldn't, because they ain't gonna be the ones getting knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So he can go over there and take a little bit of money. I'll give them up front. Let y'all split it up. These birds on this goddamn breadcrumb. And then let the back end if they really cared about you. That's what I'm saying. Shakur need to revamp his whole team, man. I don't think they got their hand in his pocket, but they ain't trying to push that boy along. And unfortunately for him, if he don't take control of his own career, he's never going to be the star that he dreams of being. And it is a dream, because a damn sure ain't reality. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And then another thing he said, Danger, the dude Danger, he was like, he named his top three, and he was saying that his top three was Shakur, Keyshawn, and Lamont Rhodes. And then Shakur is, he
See what I'm
said,
saying? More cap. More
and
goddamn cap.
this what caught me though. The man Shakur was like, he says that Lamont only fought once at 135, so he wouldn't put him in, the top three lightweights. But and then he mentioned that him and Lamont is great friends and everything. Well, I'm like, there goes Shakur again, being friendly with all these dudes. You know what I mean, and he was like, yeah, right now it is him, Keyshawn, and Tank. But Shakur kind of insinuated that he went off to talking about Lamont again, like beating Tank, in the rematch. Like I think, like, but then he went on to say like, I do want to be the guy to beat Tank and take his all away from him and shit. But at the same time, he's still saying that he got Lamont Rhodes beating Tank in the rematch, though.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Like,
The contradictions just spew out of this boy's. I don't even think he knows who he is at this point in time. But man, listen, I don't believe a word that comes out that young man's mouth. And I just want him to just for once do what he say he's going to do, because all his moves thus far have been contradictory to the statements that come out of his mouth. And that's all. I just want him, like he said, he was standing on principle with the turkey thing, but then 24 hours later you kowtow and bow down. Like, that's not standing on principle, bruh. That's
Yeah,
real
yeah.
life
He said he stood on principle with the turkey.
childhood.
With
Childhood.
turkey, and I was like, bro, how? Because dog, you really went against your whole moral by apologizing to turkey. If you were standing on principle, you would have never apologized to fucking turkey. So
Diddy
that was
bopping and
another
flip
lie.
flopping. Diddy bopping and flip flopping all around. And they think we stupid, bro. Like, man, this kid, I don't know what's going on with him. But like I said, until he gets control of his own career, and I don't really think, I mean, up to this date, what are his marquee names on his resume? I was thinking about this the other day. Like, what are his real, like, ring
Yeah,
bell names on his resume? I know, you remember they used to talk about the four kings, right? I think it was Devin, Ryan,
yeah,
Tio, and Tank, right? Shakur was never included in those four kings. Now, he
never.
had the opportunity to when he could have fought Devin. He could have knocked Devin off if he thought he was better than Devin. He could have took the deal. Now, with all due respect, that deal was shit. But I always say sometimes it's just about the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because even though they disrespected the hell out of you with that deal that they offered you, take it. Take it and whoop his ass for disrespecting you. Plain and simple.
Fact.
Take the opportunity that you got, because then you could have knocked him off and you could have been in that top spot. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the only one that's really fought any of the kings would be Ryan. He fought two of them. Only one left to knock off now is Tio. You know
He
what
the
I'm
only,
saying?
like Ryan, the only one that was willing to bet on himself. Shakur, that's the thing. Shakur doesn't want to bet on himself.
And
Like,
remember, I don't know if you remember when Keyshawn and Shakur were in that car and they called Ryan and they was talking all that crap to Ryan. I watched that live and I said to myself, neither one of you niggas is getting in that ring with Ryan. Who do you think you kidding? Who
like,
do you think you are kidding, bro? Yeah, and this was, I think this was after he fought Devin, or it might have been after he fought Tank, whatever. But one thing I will say is, even after Tank stopped Ryan, you ain't hear them niggas calling Ryan out. You know how they usually, if somebody gets stopped or beat up, Shakur Low, I can't wait to get in the ring with him. It like want to add to their instead of being the first one to give him one, whatever. But you ain't hear them calling Ryan out. That's what I said. Like, if
fact.
y'all think y'all so big and bad, why don't y'all go fight some of the people that Tank has beaten? Now, Keyshawn did fight Pedraza, although 100 years later in a wheelchair, walking up the steps with a walker. He did fight Pedraza, so we'll do that. But I'm talking about a young lion. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of y'all getting that ring with Ryan. The only one about to get in the ring with Rolly now was Ryan. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
y'all ain't fought no pit bulls. Ain't none of y'all fought no Frank, even though I know Shakur was trying to fight Frank, but then Frank ended up fighting Tank. So it's like you still can't call him a duck because he fought Tank. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Absolutely.
neither
Like,
one of y'all are really, you and your brother, your fake brother, either fight each other or put some real names on y'all resumes. If y'all want to fight Tank, at least people that would get y'all ready for a style like Tank. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not. Y'all, come on, man. Y'all fighting guys that
yeah,
come on my
it
lawn
take
on
like
Tuesday and shit.
like Shakur talk about like he want to be the first. He's capping on wanting to take Tank's first L. Like, and then like he went on in the interview talking about he he appreciate having his O, and then he was talking about Jay Prince helping his mentor, and he was talking about his amateur career. Like one thing I noticed about Shakur Stevenson and Wally Moses, I even add him because he do it a lot in his interviews. They talk about the amateurs all the damn time. Like they in the amateurs right now. They talking like they in the amateurs right now when we in the damn pros.
Because that
Like,
was their
bro, this is
glory days.
it even translates to his fights the way he fights because he still fights like he's still in the damn amateurs,
I said
not
that
knowing that this
too.
is the professionals. That amateur
Man.
shit gonna get you beat in the professional.
Yo, you heard when
It's gonna get
he
you
was and
beat.
And I thought he made I thought it was interesting that when he said, y'all see that, my defense is great. What do I do in the ring? I make them miss. You notice that nigga ain't say I make them pay. You
The
notice he
man
ain't say that.
said get hit. He said get hit. Like a hit and don't get hit is a way of life to him. Like he said that's a way of life to him. I was like, what the fuck? Why
First
would
of
you say
all, first of all, this is boxing. Everybody's gonna get hit. I am so sick and tired of people acting like this nigga is a ghost and don't get hit. Padley tagged him pretty good. Padley just ain't had no oomph behind them punches. You know what I'm saying? Because Padley was tagging him. So I don't know what he's talking about. He don't get
this?
hit.
This
But
my thing about that whole thing is like we always say, me and you in particular, with Shakur, when it's fire, like a guy like Edwin De Los Santos, he's not going to stand in the pocket and bang.
and he
You
said
know
he
what I'm
stayed in the
saying?
pocket. I
Now
almost fainted. I
if it's
almost
art,
fainted.
yeah, he talk about like this. Is my thing. I want to see him stand in the pocket and stand on business versus Williams the Pater. I want to see it because the way you did Josh Padley, you ain't here squinching and all of that shit while you was punching Josh Padley. Both of your hands was hurt in that fight. So when Zepeda's in that ring throwing 1,000 punches in this fight, is he gonna stand in the fire the whole time and bang with daggone Zepeda? That's what I want to see and I want to know. And I don't see him doing it.
Me either. Me either. And
Like
that's a
it's hard
valid
for me to
point.
really visualize and see him just standing in the pocket the way he did with Josh Padley and fighting with Williams Zepeda, especially with those brittle ass, hurt ass hands.
Well, first of all, he's not going to stand in the pocket with anybody that has the potential to put his ass down. Let's be honest. He is only a dog when he's not facing one. That's been his memo from the very very beginning. If he think you ain't got nothing to hurt him, oh, he on your ass. Please believe me, he tearing that ass up. But if you got a little
Yeah.
pop on that punch, baby, get ready for the Olympics because that's what it's getting ready to be. You know what I'm saying? He getting ready to run track and field. But I mean, I don't know. And you're right. That fight was a payday. If it happens, what is it, May 31st? If it
Yep.
no, it's
No.
not May 31st, is
July
it?
12th. Yeah,
July
July
12th.
12th.
May 31st is the Charlo fight. Okay. Yeah, July 12th. If that happens, hopefully that will answer a lot of questions that I too have about Shakur. I have questions about his chin. I have questions about his offense because to me, he jumps too far out of range to even counter. So I don't
Facts.
really see, I don't see the whole, miss, hit and don't get hit thing. I don't really see how that's working out for him. So we're definitely going to see. We're definitely going to see. A lot of questions will be answered in that fight. Now, I don't know what type of tomfoolery they got going on, telling people that Shakur will be considered the main event. If you ain't closing out the show, baby, you ain't the goddamn main event. I don't know what Turkey got going on over there. So, more power to
That's
him.
a whole nother story right there. Like, and then he went on to mention that he got a trick to help his hands, but he's not going to tell anybody. So apparently, he got some way of helping his brittle ass, hurt ass hands, and but he don't want to disclose how he's going to be able to help those brittle ass hands of his.
You know what? If he has this now, why the hell he ain't had it before? You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't have it in the Edward De Los Santos fight? Why? Like, why after Padley you was soaking your hand in a big ass bucket of ice water? Like, stop playing games with me. This is what I be talking about. Like, and like I said, I don't know who they think are stupid people or we don't have long memories or what, but I don't know. He need to really get it together though. That's what I do know. And what else I know?
The man is on record saying that he won't fight Tank until his hands is 100% healed. And like this is what bothers me with the Shakur fans. Like they don't read between the lines. They never read the room. They never read the room. You gotta listen to the context of what he's saying. And he's saying that I won't fight Tank until my hands is 100% healed. And then his grandfather's on record saying that his hands been hurt his last 7 fights.
But
So
when
your
he
hands ain't gonna never be healed, and they all they doing is getting worse and worse each fight. So it's like you think about it, like if you saying you won't fight Tank until your hands is 100% healed, and when we know right now that your hands is never going to be fucking healed, we might not never get this Tank fight in reality.
This guy is ridiculous. I mean, and you heard him say his hands were fine, and I made sure I did a video on it so I can time and date stamp it because I don't want to hear no more goddamn excuses from this kid, yo. I just don't. And as far as the Tank fight, I didn't care too much about it before, if I'm being honest, but now I want it more than ever because his fans are just getting outrageous. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that they say are just completely outrageous. You know what I'm saying? So I need them to shut up one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it happening, but anything is possible, you know. But if we're being honest, I don't think Shakur has the balls to get in the ring with Tank. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I think he'd rather be like Devin and just clout chase for the rest of his damn career. And then you're going to say, if he retires, you know, that's on both of our legacy. You're making your legacy about this man. You are the one that's hitching your wagon to his star. Because, nigga, if you were not up his ass so much, you'd be on your Benavidez shit. Oh, you know what, Canelo, you don't want to fight me? Well, F you then. I'm going to go out here and make my own legacy another way. Why are you so concerned about Tank Davis? If he don't fight me and he retire, come on, that's gonna be a stain on both of our legacy. Why is it on yours? Let it be on his. You claim he don't want to fight you, right? So all the blame will be on him. Why would it be on yours? Unless you know something we don't know, like you ducked that damn fight.
Facts. Facts. And then they go, he was speaking about Tank on the Tank situation. I wanted to talk about that. He was speaking about the Tank situation on how they started beefing and shit. And this is the second time I've heard him speak about the situation. And he basically did the same thing as he did the first one. First time he spoke on it, basically put it all on Tank, saying that Tank started it after a fight that he had on a Bud Crawford undercard, and saying fans was talking about him fighting Tank on Twitter, and then Tank said that Shakur fought a cab driver. My thing about that, now the thing is, Tank probably, now was that true? Probably so, but the thing about it is, this shit started around when Tank fought Rolly Romero. When Tank and Shakur was back, in his locker room, and Shakur went back there. He took the picture, the infamous picture that's all over the internet with him and Tank. And then right after that, Shakur went and was talking shit about Tank, saying he'll fight Tank and all of that shit. And he started downplaying and dogging Tank out and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
In my opinion, and I have no facts of this because the little N word, he continuously scrubs his ex. But in my opinion, this started way, way, way back when. And again, I have no proof of this anymore. This started way back. You remember when the issues were circulating with Mayweather's daughter Yaya and Tank?
yeah.
They started, to me, back then falling apart because maybe I read too much into it, so I'm not even going to, I don't even have the proof anymore, so it is what it is. But that, it started way before that. That's when it started becoming, I guess, more publicized. But if you went back and looked at it, Shakur has always been like saying little envious things. He's always been jealous. To
Right.
me, in my opinion, he's always been jealous of Tank. You know what I'm saying? And
Fact.
Tank is the one, he tried to push Shakur in game, like, yo, don't sign to Mayweather. This nigga, he grimy, he greasy. Don't sign to him. Don't do this, don't do that. I believe he even, he probably ain't trying to bring him to PBC, but he was always trying to, look out for him. Didn't look at it. He let you come in the back and take a picture with him. Oh, he'll never fight me. Tank ain't gonna never fight. Why wouldn't he fight you? You ain't no threat to nobody but good sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. Like, come on, man. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, man, the boy, you gotta show me something, yo. You can't just keep on, pissing on my leg and tell me it's raining, bruh. Because I can see, I can't, and my eyes ain't kissing like Tevin Farmer. I can see. You know what I'm talking about? So you ain't gonna convince me otherwise. You're not gonna convince me that you really want to fight this man because you were a free agent. That brings me to another thing. I don't know if you went over this in one of your other videos. The shit with him and Eddie Hearn, right? one fight
Yeah,
deal,
go ahead.
2 fight deal, 1 fight deal, 2 fight deal, whatever the case may be, right? So if you
He
pay
didn't answer
Eddie,
the question. When Danger asked him about it in the interview, he didn't answer the question for real. Like he
I
ducked the question.
I thought I was tripping because I watched that shit twice. Like, did this nigga answer? And can't nobody give me a direct answer, which means I guess we don't
I
have
made
one.
sure I wrote that shit down because I was watching closely when he asked him about Eddie Hearn and he ducked the question. He didn't even want to talk about it. He like, I don't want to talk about contract talks and all of that. He literally ducked the question. And it
Damn.
goes to that Eddie Hearn shit. Like both of them guys are capping, bro. If it
Mm-hmm.
comes out like Dan Raphael's not gonna report this shit with it not being facts. Like he's saying that you're fucking with Lou DiBella now and Jay Prince was the one that put you on with Lou DiBella for this particular fight. And Eddie Hearn's over there saying, "Oh, we have a 2 fight deal and we're working together." Da, 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 da. And like,
And see,
bro,
that's
like,
and that's what I'm talking about. See, and that's what I'm talking about. See, Eddie Hearn, you over here doing interviews talking about Javante damn Tank Davis, and you don't even know Shakur fired your ass. You so busy clout chasing somebody else instead of doing your damn job once again that you don't even know you've been fired. You see what I'm saying? That's the foolishness that goes on with these people is out of control. Now, the reason I brought that up is because if you had a 1 fight deal, 2 fight deal, whatever the case may be, you could have easily taken that PBC offer, whatever it was. You could have taken that offer because you could have went and fought Javante Tank Davis, and then if you really wanted to sign Eddie Hearn, you could have went over there with a big bag, and maybe the bag that Eddie gave you to fight a Padley wouldn't have seemed so damn big to you. You know what I'm saying? So
fact.
I don't know. But then now if you only had the 1 fight or now he done sold you to Turkey, I don't know what's going on over here. They passing this boy around more than a damn collection plate. You know? So I don't know what's going on. I don't know who he's with, but I know that whoever he's with, he's not making very good business decisions. You know?
Facts. D1 said there is no Lou DiBella, no firing of Eddie. I promise.
Okay. Well, at least
I,
they ain't passing them around like a collection plate at church no more. That's good.
they make right now at this point. I was like, with they trying to cause so much confusion to make us not
Mm-hmm.
believe anything. So it's like now with all of them got different, situations and as far as what they saying on this whole matter, it makes me not believe anything that these motherfuckers is saying. Like for real, like it's
I
hard for me
stopped
to believe
believing.
what they say.
I stopped believing them a long time ago. But well, whatever. Even if he is still with Eddie, that's cool, I guess. But after this fight with Zepeda, you're to be what, a free agent, D1? He's gonna be a free agent. Oh, his contract is up after the next fight, but he'll probably re-sign with Turkey and stay over there calling Tanko. Stay over there calling Tanko. Yeah,
But
see, this
most
is
like D1, you are absolutely right, bro. It seems like that may be the play. Like they fuck around and just say, fuck Eddie, we take him out of the middle and cut, take that cut off, and we just deal with Turkey direct. You know what I mean? And we
but
sit there and hide behind Turkey and still be calling out Tank behind the scenes, like, oh Tank, we want the fight, but they standing behind Turkey the whole
well,
time and shit like, we
that's
want the fight, we want the
That's
fight.
because that's who Turkey really wants. He don't give a damn about a Shakur Stevenson. He don't give a damn about a Devin Haney. He wants the stars. He already got Canelo. He wanted Ryan. He got Ryan. He wants Tank. Believe that. That's why he flew David Benavidez out there like a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? To see if he can wine and dine him. That didn't work. He wants the stars. He don't care nothing about these B-list niggas that can't sell out a goddamn parking lot. You see, he went from a 20,000 seated arena down to a 6,000 seat arena and still ain't have but 15 damn hundred people in there. He don't give a damn about these ninjas. Why you think? Yeah, Shakur, you can pretend to be the main event, nigga. Sure, whatever makes you happy, but you ain't no main event. And that's again because his miserable little fans won't support the brother. It ain't but 80. I'll help him out. You know what I'm saying? So I
Facts.
don't. Your wife is
Then it was
terrible.
a
You know
crazy
who I want
part.
to see by Shakur? Clarissa.
It's crazy. She her and my wife and Clarissa, they actually cool where like they got each other number, they be talking like which is
Mm.
crazy as hell. Like crazy as hell, wow to me. But another thing what caught my eye too about this interview was he was talking about his belt run, like talking about like all the guys he beat on the way, for us, winning his titles and stuff. Basically, like he kept alluding that like he was talking about his run for us winning championships was like one of the best runs ever. Like he beat like top dogs on the way to winning all these belts, like beating Valdez and Heron and shit. Like he was putting hella gas on this shit, knowing damn well Shakur has not fought anybody that's elite on his whole fucking resume. Valdez is not elite. Heron is not elite. Conceição, he's not elite. Like all of these guys are like fucking B plus, B minus, C plus fighters.
And that's
Like
what
he
I was
don't have
saying.
no A plus guys on his fucking resume, and then he's the same guy that sits there and wants to shit on Tank's resume and say that Tank ain't fought nobody when we all looking at your resume like who have you fought, bro? You
And
the
that's
niggas that you the Edwin De Los Santos, that the only fight that we wanted to see for us some fire from you, you bitched out in that fight.
yeah.
Like you
That
bitched
was
out in that fight. So all of this championship run shit that he talk about, like, oh, he done cooked all of these dudes and stuff, bro. Like it ain't about shit for real, for real. Because when we see you in front of fire, you running.
and I was telling his some of his fans this the other night, like, you know what? Y'all need to be very careful about how y'all downplay Zepeda. He ain't shit. Shakur gonna dog walk him. He gonna walk right through him. Well, doesn't that speak less about Zepeda and more about the level of competition that Shakur is fighting to be a quote unquote Olympian with all these belts? And I'm sorry, but for somebody who wants to, you calling out Tank, he got a belt, you got a belt, let's unify. The brother to your left got a belt too, Keyshawn. I don't give a damn about y'all little fake friendship, y'all little fake brotherly love. If you was really about them belts, then you would be trying to unify with whoever got them. You know what I'm saying? Get the smoke wherever you can get it. And you need a big marquee name on your damn resume that you do not have as of yet. I'm sorry. Like you said, those guys ain't really about nothing. You don't have any of the four kings that they considered four kings on your resume. You've always been fighting. If to me, you fighting down to your competition. You know what I'm saying? Instead of up
Facts.
to make yourself better. It ain't hard to be the best in a barrel full of bullshit. I'm sorry. So
Facts.
I don't know, but I
Facts.
don't personally think that he has enough confidence in himself in his hands to pursue hard competition. That's why this Zepeda fight is important. This Zepeda fight, like I said, will answer a lot of questions to me to see really where his heart is at, because I am yet to see Shakur, chin tested. And I know his fans will say, that's because he's so good. That ain't why. That ain't why. The brother looks scared to death to get hit to me.
Facts. D1 said, I need to see Shakur in the ring with one of those other top guys. Any one of them, Zepeda is a start. Facts.
Yeah,
Definitely a
yeah.
start.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely start. And I mean, I need to see. I want to see him stand in the fire like he said he was gonna do. I want to see him put belt to ass, like he been saying in these interviews, saying that he gonna put belt to ass and step on Zepeda. I want to see it. And like I said, it's on all of this shit be documented when we be live and we be doing these videos when we be talking about this shit. So for him to be sitting there saying he want to put belt to ass, we gonna be talking about it and we gonna be watching it very fucking closely to see if
That's what
he
I
ends up
said.
putting belt to ass. Because I
And
want you to stand on your words for fucking once. He don't never stand on his words. Every time he said he gonna step on these dudes, he never steps on them. He
no.
never.
And I'm gonna need his fans to stop using words like beat the fuck up, knocked out. Like those things
Yeah.
have never happened. And they confuse me because then I'll be thinking we switched the conversation talking about somebody else, but we still talking about him. So we shouldn't use those words, guys. Y'all can use words like outpointed, um, sprinted, um, pity pat. You know what I'm saying? Use words like that to associate with him. This way I know this conversation is still about him. Because I get confused when y'all say knocked out and beat the fuck up. I get confused when y'all say stuff like that because that ain't what he doing at
Yeah.
all. That ain't what
Because
he doing.
that's all of them. All of them. I'm seeing all of these guys right now. They all like all the Shakur fans. Oh, he gonna beat Zepeda the fuck up. Zepeda ain't this. He ain't like that. Y'all like they talking like this man Tank Davis. They talking like this man Shakur Stevenson is Mike Tyson or some shit. Like he just be putting belt to ass to everybody. Like we don't be seeing no belt to ass motion from Shakur Stevenson. Like we
He
don't be
went
seeing this shit.
he went 9 rounds with an electrician fresh off a 9 to 5, bro. And then got on the ring beating his chest like his ass really did something. That let me further know that this boy lives in a paradise all in his own damn head. That he clearly couldn't hear those people booing him. That he clearly can't read a room because you did what you were supposed to do, but you did it to me 3 rounds too goddamn late. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
You stopped him with a body shot. Well, nigga, I hope so. He just got it. He just punched off a lunch break to come in here and fight you. You oughta. You damn well oughta. And if he had went 12, you are really we doing bad. Like I said, the boy stock already on a fire sale, and it's a shame because he keep winning. He ain't lost not one time, and your stock is plummeting. Make that make sense.
Facts. Then he said, then I want to mention this too, that he talked about the Cam and May situation. Basically saying that no, they was clowns for trying to downplay him and everything, and that they ain't real boxing fans and shit. Which is I gotta say something about that. I'm like, bro, for one, everybody gets criticism, bro. Everybody gets criticism. Like, and he said that he handles criticism well, and this carries into the shit that he said about Tank too, talking about Tank be sensitive, bro. You was so pissed off at Cam and Mason them because they was playing you cock over there. You was in there trying to dig up old information and shit about them, trying to talk about Cam getting beat up at the Rutgers and shit. Like you was trying to dig up dirt on them, bro. You was super emotional, bro, because Cam and Mace was on their platform cooking you, and you was on Twitter trying to go back and forth, and Cam wasn't even responding to you tweeting back and forth with you. And you talking about Tank is sensitive and he get emotional.
This
You the
one nigga who
same
put
guy.
Twitter
You the
sense.
same guy that was pissed off about Navarrete not fighting you and went on to fucking make a whole fake ass retirement.
And he noticed nobody cared, so he came back in 24 hours, which was the fastest damn retirement I've ever seen in my life. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, when he said what did he about Cam and Mace, let me tell you something. He better had stopped because Cam is a petty nigga and he would not have stopped. So somebody told him, right, you know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted, they do their little podcast now, but them niggas is really from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I don't know why he even thought that was a good idea, but and you know how they feel. Anybody who ain't really on their side or on their knees for them is hating, and they don't know nothing about boxing and all. Half of the boxers don't know shit about boxing. That's why y'all getting robbed every goddamn time y'all turn around. You know what I'm
And he
saying?
lied.
So,
And one thing too, he lied on Cam and Mason, you know what I'm saying? Like that they started the whole shit. Like, bro, all they did was give you some criticism on your fight, and then you went at clapping at them boys. Like you went going
mhm.
crazy. And then you was talking about he said something about Cam and Mason was the first ones to talk about getting violent. Bro, you was on there talking about slapping them and taking shit to the streets and everything, and then it made Cam get on this tough shit. Like, bro, like you
Turned
don't
him
want
back
to
into
take it
Killer
there.
Cam. Turned him back into Killer Cam. Yep.
Yeah, like
And they don't give
Shakur clearly capped on that shit. Like he clearly capped trying to say that they was the first ones talking tough when Shakur was the first one initiating the tough talk.
Yes, he was. What he say? You p words, y'all from the '90s niggas. Huh? I saw that he went all in on them, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. He don't want no smoke with Cam, yo. Cam Mace will leave it alone after a while, but Cam, boy, you go low, that nigga gonna take it to the basement, yo. He will drag
Him, Cam, and 50 is
50
some of the
Cent, yo.
two pettiest people in
I love,
entertainment.
I love me some 50 Cent. That
You
nigga
go to
petty
war
is
with them, they gonna be clapping at you, and they gonna keep clapping at you until they
yep,
feel like
that's
there
right.
is no more to clap at you.
That's right. That's right. But he was a lot. He was doing a lot of capping in that video. You know, so I'm not surprised when I watched it. I was just like, you know, and I don't know if he's. I told stop the cap right now, stop the cap because this is nothing but bullshit coming out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And we already told what really took me out was the standing on business or whatever the hell he said, standing on principle. Boy, please.
That really irked my nerves when he said he was standing on principle with Turkey. Like I'm like, bro,
He
like
said
why apologize?
two men standing on principle, but only one of them apologized. So that means one of them niggas'
Like,
principles are
why
compromised.
apologize if you standing on principle? Then, like, what was the point? Like, I would have rather if you stand on principle, I want you to stand on business and not apologize to Turkey and
And
say
then
fuck Turkey. If you ain't gonna give me the fight, then fuck it. It is what it is. Let it go to
and
first bid,
and
whatever it
you know
is.
what? Yep. And no, and I would have respected him because I would have said, guess what? He's standing on business. But the fact that you went back on your words, not even a whole 24 hours later, lets me know that your career is not in your own hands. You know what I'm saying? Because if you was truly standing on business, I personally wouldn't have looked at you as no duck. I'd have been like, nah, Turkey should have gave that man what he said he was. You got all this money, pay the man what you say you're going to pay him. But the fact that you cow-tied, oh, because they know I want this fight. Boy, since when? You know what I'm saying? Like, both of y'all, him and Zapata have been playing duck, duck, goose, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Both of them with their fake hand injuries and every damn thing else. So,
Bro, this fight been going on. This been
well,
like
2 years
a
now,
fight
ain't
that's
it?
been tossed for like 2.5 years now.
Yep. Yep. Because he was also fighting who? Cordina. And then it moved back to Zapata.
That
And
was
then
his
it went to
first fight on
Pearson.
a matchroom deal. And then and let the Shakur fans tell you, oh, it wasn't no offer from Tank. Okay, but why he wanted a multi-fight deal? He goes over and signs a multi-fight deal with Matchroom, and he was about to fight Joe Cordina. And then y'all talk about Tank moving up Lamont Roach when the man Joe Cordina was a guy coming up from 130, 130 off a damn knockout loss to a guy that had like a 20% knockout rate. Like the logic don't be these dudes logic don't fucking add up at all ever.
Bro, that's because you know that they grasping for stars. They grasping at the wind and they gotta do and say something to make him look good. They be fighting for him harder than he be fighting for him. They be pushing lies after the boy done came out and said, like, why is it that nobody remembers Shakur on camera saying, yeah, I mean, their team reached out to me. They had said something. Nobody remembers that. They just remember Shakur said wasn't never no offer sent. Well, why would they send an offer if when they reached out to you, you guys couldn't even come to a simple solution of if you wanted to fight or not? And I don't
Right.
believe that he said, oh, Tank said we got to wait because this was right after Loma pulled out. He was looking for a replacement. So why wouldn't you be
Right.
on the menu? It just makes no sense. They don't use logical thinking. I mean, they got the Shakur protection program thing running, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But they got to stop this. They got to be more realistic and honest, yo. It's like, come on, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? They can't do it. They can't do it. They like his hand problem. It's there 1 minute, then it's not. It's there 1 minute, then it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't understand what's happening. I mean, come on, man. You got hand issues or you don't, bruh. Which one is it?
Yeah, it's something he said too on the interview too. I forgot when he was talking about the fans be making excuses of why like great fighters win, and he was speaking upon himself pertaining to that. And I'm like, bro, nobody make excuses of why you win, bro. Like no,
Yo, and think of
like
how trash you got to be to make excuses for a win. A win. These niggas down bad, yo. I'm telling you.
he was talking about his B side status too, talking about with Tank, talking about the B side status with Tank, saying that yeah, Tank is the A side, and I know I'm the B side. He's saying the same shit again about that, but we all know for as the whole B side status with him, like bro, like you want a big substantial amount of money to fight Tank.
And that's what I'm
And
saying, yo.
you want a big substantial amount of money to fight any damn body. You want guaranteed money, but it don't work like that over there in PBC. They don't give fighters big guarantees. You know what I'm saying? Because all of their money is majority going to be made on the back end. And Shakur don't know nothing about no back end money because the motherfucker ain't never been on pay per view for real.
Hello. And this is exactly why I said these boys, why they not running over to Al Heyman, because if y'all really that and all of a sudden, you a big boss, you big Willie style, and y'all can get on the phone, which sounded exactly to me like the Bud crap he pulled on EJ. If that was really the
Hmm.
case, y'all would have been at PBC because y'all could have been flourishing there and really getting that money that y'all claim y'all making over there with Eddie and with Turkey. Because I am yet to see them ninjas get paid. You know what I'm saying? Paying them in cornflakes ain't gonna cut it.
Facts.
So
And then he even talking about him and Tank, like, why can't me and Tank get on the phone? Bro, you ain't Bud Crawford. Like, I can't
true.
stand when he be saying shit like this. Like, bro, you are in no position to be trying to have any leverage in having the negotiations with Tank Davis. You have
First
no
of all, nigga,
leverage. You don't
you
have no
don't even
leverage where you at right now over there fighting Zepeda. So
hello.
why the fuck would Tank give you any leverage in negotiations at all? You have no value. Your value is fucking just as worse as Devin Haney's right now.
It's
And you
not gonna
talk
fight
about you
you.
wanna you want to motherfucking, oh, let's get on the phone and talk like men. Bro, Tank don't want to talk to you, dude. You
He
ain't
don't even
even
got
no
his
fucking
number.
boss.
You
You
don't
ain't
even got
even
his
your
number.
own boss. You ain't even in control of your career. Like, this shit is nonsense when I hear Shakur say shit like this, talking about, oh, let's get on the phone, bro. Nigga, Jay Prince don't even give a fuck about you for real, for real. He ain't go at Turkey for you. All these dudes that's on your team, all they doing is collecting a fucking check.
Yep.
Eddie Hearn didn't give a fuck about you. He didn't even invest in you. He didn't even put no money down on the fight. He ain't even have you as main event. How he doing with Boots?
Nope.
He letting Boots. He trying to turn Boots into a star. Eddie Hearn just wanted a check off of you. Jay Prince, Josh Dubin, all they is there is for a fucking check. They don't give a damn about Shakur. Shit, Jay
And I don't.
Prince, he damn near more fond of Abdullah Mason right now because he know he the fucking future.
Yep. Yep. I was just about to say that shit. He over there loving Abdullah Mason, but that's the thing too. And I think he mentioned his relationship with Jay Prince in that interview. He said something like family or something like that. But let me tell you something, bro. I don't know if you can't get out of that contract or you don't want to. You think he's doing you right, but he is not. He is in it for him and himself because, like I said, if he really had your best interest at heart, he'd go work out his issues with Al Heyman or even send somebody else over there to work out them issues with Al Heyman to get you that damn fight that you claim you want so bad. You know what I'm saying? I seen what happened. See, this is what happened when a nigga really want to fight you. They will go against their promotional team, i.e. Ryan. They will hire an outside lawyer, i.e. Ryan, to get the fight that they say they want to get. And correct me if I am wrong. You are the goddamn fighter. You don't get to say who you want to fight. That lets me know that you are not a star, bro. You are a liability. You are not an asset because only liabilities got to do what the hell they told. Assets get to dictate what they want. Tank is scared to death. BBO, shut the hell up with them lies on your tongue. Shut up. Yeah.
BVO, you was BVO. Don't start that capping shit over here, bruh.
It's ridiculous, bro. He
Don't
everywhere
start
they
that capping over here, bruh.
look at him
You over here
laughing.
talking about BVO like the Spanish fighters. He up here talking about Emiliano Vargas like Abdullah Mason won't step on Emilio. Knowing
Dondra,
damn well he'll get stepped on.
Dondra, come up here. Dondra said most streetwalkers don't know they workers till they have to hit the boulevard.
For real.
Nah, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Dead ass.
Nah, I don't know, man. That kid, I just hope he works it out, gets it together because it's not looking good for him. And like I said, even though he continues to succeed in the ring, it's just like it's not correlating. Why aren't you becoming a bigger star the more you win? Why aren't you becoming a bigger star? You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I don't get it. It's like something's not adding up. And then for you to have all these fans who constantly that they be acting like they want to fight me, child. For you to be having all these fans, why is that not translating into monetary value? Why? Where's the disconnect? Either they're lying and they're really not your fans, they're just Tank haters, or they broke. Either way, they're of no use to you. They can't buy your pay-per-views. They can't go to your fights. I mean, either way, they're of no use to you. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I don't know. I don't know. For him to be wanting all this exuberant amounts of money, he needs to take a business class, honey, because in any business, I don't care what it is, you're going to want an ROI, which is a return on your investment. And if I'm shelling out all this money for Shakur Stevenson and I ain't getting back a third of it, Ninja, please. You're gonna be fighting on a Tuesday on somebody undercard in a back alley, i.e. Devin. You know what I'm saying? I.e. like you're doing now in Turkey, just telling you to pretend you the main event. How much respect do these people have for you if they tell you just to pretend you are the main event? What, like, let that sink in, bruh. They are disrespecting you at every turn, and you just taking it. You just taking it. They just had you on a double undercard, flew you 20 hours to shake that ass overseas, then to bring you back and put you on another undercard. But now you bucking, so they said, okay, you can pretend that you are the main event. Ain't that some shit? They
For
might
real.
as well just told you go ahead and pretend you got invited to the prom and show up. Like, what kind of like, yo, they're disrespecting him, yo, and I don't know if he can't see it, if he just don't care because of the money that they dangling in his face, or what the situation is. But my guy, they're not treating you like the star you think you are. So there is a disconnect here. I don't know where it
Facts.
is, but
That boy
I don't
D1
know.
said knockouts. D1 said knockouts is what moves the needle. Facts. Then
Yeah.
BVO says, will Tank ever fight anyone? Tank fans get me. I can't wait till my nigga Vargas and Mason take over for these cowards. Then
Well, I am
Shakur is
definitely
better.
an Abdullah Mason fan. Vargas, you can miss me with that, but definitely Abdullah Mason for sure. Definitely Abdullah Mason, but it's still a Tank Arab baby. So go back to sleep. We'll wake you up. But
Yeah, like and then BVO, just to go back to what you said, talking about the Shakur beats that nigga Tank to death, bro. Shakur won't even stand in the pocket and fight with Edwin De Los Santos. Who punches harder between the two?
this is the
Who has
same
the more
guy.
knockouts between the two?
This is the
Is
same guy who said that Brian Norman Jr. would beat the extra crispy chicken out of Boots. So you have to take what
yeah,
BBO has to say.
BVO. I love BVO. That's my dog,
I love
Cleveland.
him too, but
You know
he's
what I'm
insane.
saying? But BVO be having some outlandish ass takes over there, man. It must be a Cleveland thing because I know we don't do that shit in Cincinnati, man. we
Mm.
don't do that in the Natty, man.
Mm-mm.
That go D1 said, BVO, you can't be fucking serious. Will you ever fight somebody? Fuck out of here. He's got the best resume out of them all. Kills kids deal with it. Facts. Definitely. Like the thing is with the whole resume shit with Tank. If Tank
And
resume is ass, and I'm gonna continue to ask all of y'all Tank haters this. If Tank resume is so ass, why is his contemporaries trying to fight the guys that he's fought and beat already? That's my question.
well,
And they never answer the question.
I would actually venture and say that Ryan has the better resume because Ryan's actually fought two of the four kings. He happens to be one of the four, so obviously he can't fight himself, but he's the one that fought two of them. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Tank only fought one so far, and the last one to get is Tio. You know what I'm saying? Because Tio
Facts.
ain't fought none of them either. So but Shakur definitely ain't in that conversation. As neither is Keyshawn. So they can both go to sleep. And I would say this: who on BBO? Since you on your knees for Shakur, who on Shakur's resume can beat Ryan? I'll wait. And then when you're done with that, I got another question for you, but I'm gonna let you chew on that because I know it's gonna take you a while. Go ahead. What you saying, bro?
He said, he said, D1 said he got 10 racks. He said D1 said beats Tank in the Scrabble. yeah, yeah, man. I just said BBO, bro. You gotta look at it though. With Tank, Tank, he controls boxing, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. I said the boxing game revolves around Tank, bro, and people hate that shit. They hate that shit that it revolves around Tank. Like BBO, I'm pretty sure if you do a video, I'm pretty sure the most view fighter that you got when you do your videos, I'm pretty sure it's Tank Davis, bro. You ain't getting no motherfucking views talking about no fucking Emiliano Vargas. You ain't. You're not. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no fucking views when I talk about fucking Brian Norman Jr. The fuck? Let's be fucking real. You know what I mean?
BBO,
The person
no.
you gonna get your views is talking about Tank.
Canelo used to be the controller boxing, but now his fans are disgusted with him since he's over there in Saudi. So I'm not even sure that's true anymore.
The
But anyway,
facts, D was saying he got boxing locked. He got it in the chokehold right now. That's why they are picking Lamont, saying Lamont want that because they think it'll hurt Tank Stop, but it won't. Facts, facts, facts.
and that's another thing I wanted to say. I don't know because I hear a lot of old talk, from the boxers and fans alike. So let me go on record and say this. I do not give a damn if a fighter has a loss on their record. To me, I'm going to look at who they took a loss to. I don't think Morrell is any less of a dog because he lost to David Benavidez. Now, if you are continuously getting your ass whipped by garbage men and journeymen, then that's another story. But to me, I don't give a damn if you got a loss, because you can't beat everybody. Floyd was a goddamn anomaly, and some would even argue he ducked some smoke periodically. You know what I'm saying? So I really wouldn't give a good goddamn if Tank goes back and loses to Lamont. I know he won't, but that ain't gonna make me buy his pay-per-views any less. That's not gonna make me show up for him any less. To me, Tank is a dog, and there's no other fighter right now that I can say that about except maybe Abdullah Mason and a few others. So I mean, miss me with the bullshit. You can have your if you ain't fighting nothing but cab drivers and niggas leaving the bar at 2 a.m. Of course you're gonna have O's on your fucking record. Step in that ring with a dog and show me you really like that. Then
Facts,
and only then will I respect you. The hell out of here. Who
BBO,
gives a damn if you got
everybody.
30
Hey,
niggas
I
on
can
your
say this
resume?
right now, BBO with Lamont. We all said that Lamont was a good fighter. The tank haters was the ones that was saying Lamont wasn't good. The tank haters was the ones that was saying Lamont wasn't going to be a good fight and that it was a worthless fight to watch. And now
Man,
that Lamont had a draw with Tank, now a lot of the tank haters they dick riding Lamont and shit like he the best thing smoking out here.
Lamont is the perfect example of somebody that should be disgusted with these news reporters and everybody else. When I beat all these other niggas, y'all wasn't checking for me. When I was in the ring, and look at him even when he got when he said he was robbed against Jamel Herring, you didn't go to the goddamn commission then. I didn't see no public outroar
Facts.
then. So stop it. You on your goddamn draw tour all around the goddamn world because it's Gervonta Tank Davis. So let's not act like Tank ain't who he is. Let's stop this crap, yo. We got to get away from this old talk. We got to get away from acting like people can't bang when they can just because you're not number one or number two, because we all know those rankings can be bought and paid for. So just because you're not number one or number two, take an opportunity. And Lamont tried to make the best of an opportunity, which is what Shakur should have done. He should have taken the opportunity. Damn the money. He had the opportunity twice and declined both of them. Once with Devin and once with Tank. No wonder his goddamn stock is on a decline. The boy's stock is on a fire sale and he still got his damn O. So you make that make sense. Since O's are so goddamn important. The boy's stock is on a fire sale and ain't lost a fight yet. The math ain't mathing.
Thanks. And there go Lamont, man. Lamont, a hell of a fighter, man. Like nobody ain't never downplay. Like what I'm seeing right now is now fans is trying to make an excuse because they know Tank gonna beat him in his rematch. That's what I'm seeing. Just like a lot of these fans already got built-in excuses for other fights with Tank. For us, like with Loma, motherfuckers saying, "Oh, Tank, he beat Loma. Oh, Tank, Loma, he old as hell. Oh, Tank beat Shakur. Oh, Shakur, he had brittle hands. We knew Tank was gonna beat Shakur because he had brittle hurt ass fucking hands." I mean, like these fans is already making built-in excuses for Tank when he fucking beats these guys. Like already before the fight even fucking happens. And they do it with each and every opponent of Tank's.
Well, and it's moving the goalposts constantly, right? Because before and even now, you'll hear some of his fans, oh, he duck and smoke with Shakur. He don't want to fight Shakur. And can't nobody tell me when I pose this question, and BBO, since you in here capping and caping, maybe you can answer this question for me. What exactly is Shakur gonna do when Tank walks through them goddamn weak ass punches? What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do to keep Tank off his ass? Because you can't run
Facts.
forever. And Tank can cut the ring off, unlike Shakur, who admitted he can't. So tell me, BVO, what is Shakur going to do to win that fight? How is he going to win that fight? Because I'm going to tell you right now, that game of pity pat that he got going on, that ain't going to work with Tank, baby. That's not going to work. And as soon as he hits Tank with one of those pillows he calls hands, it's game over.
Facts. Facts. That's what, like, like you said, Tank will walk through Shakur punches because Shakur, like the thing is, when Tank know, like you can't hurt him and know that you ain't got no fucking power, he walking right through all of that shit, and he gonna walk you the fuck down. He gonna cut that ring off. He gonna walk you the fuck down, and he gonna fuck around and finish you. He gonna finish you. And this fight with Shakur is just I'm telling you, these Shakur fans, they up here sitting there thinking he gonna be fucking dancing on Tank in the fight and shit, prancing around, running around the ring and shit.
And
Like like I
what's
said,
so
if he's sitting there, if Shakur's literally sitting there fighting Tank and he's trying to fight on the outside and shit, he's not gonna even win the fucking rounds because he don't got no fucking output. And they're not gonna give no damn fight to a guy that's the B side that don't have no fucking offensive output in the fight over the damn guy that's the money man, the cash cow, and Tank Davis. Not going to do that. Tank Davis will beat Shakur either by decision or by knockout. But the way the shit's set up, Shakur won't even last 12 rounds.
Yeah, and that's the thing with me. Like, and I get it. His fans believe in him. They believe in him more than he believes in himself. Let me start there. But more importantly, how is it that if y'all believe Shakur is gonna put on this master performance, which fight can I go to watch that where he shows dog? Because to beat Gervonta Tank Davis, best believe you're gonna have to show dog. So
Facts.
which fight can I go watch that? Which one? And don't say Jamel Herring, because Jamel Herring was 92 years old with a goddamn senior citizen pass in his back pocket. So which fight can I go and watch Shakur put on this masterful performance that's going to show me that he's going to give Gervonta Tank Davis some issues in that ring? See, the problem is y'all just continuously put their names together. I don't know who started that trash, but they are worlds apart. Their competitions have been worlds apart. And me personally, I honestly don't care if I ever see that fight. I only want to see it because I want his fans to shut up. But me, we got bigger fish to fry. We got better things to do with our time than play pity pat with Shakur and chase him around the damn ring. And the fight not gonna do the numbers that you think, because Shakur ain't got no fans, and most of Tank's fan base is what, 70-80% African Americans. So you throw in Shakur little 3 fans, his cousin and them, and what? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it ain't going to do the numbers that y'all think. He's acting like, it's going to do crazy big numbers. No, it may do crazy big numbers to you because you've never really been on pay-per-view like that, and this will be your first time getting back in. But this will be a drop in the bucket to Tank. Please, he's beating his own
Facts.
records. He's too busy chasing his own records to be worrying about you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like that. Even with that, like Shakur thinks that this is like the biggest fight ever. Like they do over a million pay-per-view buys and shit like that. When he's not even being realistic with himself, like per usual, knowing that, bro, like you don't bring the same draw to the table, bro. Like we already seen this shit with Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, where we thought that fight was gonna do over a million pay-per-view buys. Yeah, they sold out on the gate and shit. Was expected any fight with Earl Spence, but they didn't do what was expected in the pay-per-view buys. So even looking at that fight, it already makes me look for Tank and Shakur to where they wouldn't even do no meal. I say they do about 600, 700K. You know what I'm saying? But Shakur don't bring that much value like that as Shakur thinks. He thinks that he's motherfucking, fucking Tank's mini Pacquiao. Like you're not that to him, bro. Like I have the same fucking demographic of fans. And
He,
the fans that watch Tank, of course, the fans that watch Shakur, they already been watching Tank. Already been watching them. Like a lot of the fans watch Tank more than Shakur. So
you know, it. the problem is that he has Bud Crawford in his head, and he's trying to make this his Bud and EJ moment. The problem with that is you're not Bud, and Tank is not EJ. You know what I'm saying? He's not chasing belts. EJ was. It was his dream to become undisputed. So that's where that ended. But Tank is chasing the bag. And I'm sorry, Shakur, you're just not the bag. I mean, and this is no disrespect to him. This is just business 101. You guys are the same demographic. So you're not really pulling in, you know what I'm saying, different fan bases to make it a bigger fight. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Different demographics bring different fans, which makes it for a mega fight. The same demographic typically doesn't do as good as different demographics. And like you said, to your point, Shakur, you got 11 fans, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a crazy amount of people are going to show up for you that aren't already going to be there for Gervonta Tank Davis. And he'll be carrying you because I'm pretty sure, as we can see in all of his fights, the common denominator is him that are selling out. When Ryan and him fought, he sold a massive amount of money. Ryan tried to go duplicate that with Devin. It didn't happen. So again, the common denominator is Gervonta Tank Davis. So you wouldn't even be able to take credit for those numbers. And I'm sorry, he's not in the business of giving out welfare checks. That's just not what we do on the A side. I know a lot of you B side supporters really wish that were true. And we was on our TI shit. You can have whatever you like. But unfortunately, when you put that work in and you pay the cost to be the boss, we're really not trying to do that. And nobody does that with Canelo. So don't do that shit with Tank. I don't know, yo. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. Y'all acting like y'all big willies coming to a table trying to negotiate with this nigga that's constantly on pay-per-view, and y'all niggas is undercard shorties. Stop playing. Stop playing.
B-side fighters, like Bud. The thing with Bud, like Bud got the house and the farm in that fight with Earl Spence. Tank is not going to do the same shit that Earl Spence did, and PBC and Al Heyman is not going to even allow Tank to even give up his A side status in the fight with Shakur Stevenson, especially Shakur Stevenson, a guy that don't have much fucking value. Like it makes no sense. Like the Shakur fans is begging Tank to bow down and give up his A side status to Shakur,
And
knowing
since when
damn
is that
well that
happening?
Tank is a real stubborn ass guy. He's not going to do the same shit that Earl
Man,
Spence did.
it,
He's not going to
it,
make those same mistakes.
It ain't got shit to do with being stubborn. He earned it. Why the fuck he gotta give you some shit that he earned, bruh? He said if you want the fight, you
Facts.
know what you gotta do. Get your stardom up, my nigga. Get your fan base up, my nigga. And you still not doing that shit. You still on undercards. You still fighting electricians. You still over here fighting fake ass mandatories that you've been chasing for however long. You still on a fucking undercard, nigga. You want this bag, come get it. We're not giving out welfare checks on the A side, yo. When you earn that shit, that's it. Ain't nobody get that shit to Tank. They can say all the shit they want to say about Mayweather this, Mayweather that. But guess what? Mayweather may have introduced the world to Tank, but guess what? Tank kept us with him. He also had other fighters.
Facts.
Didn't he have Africa Raggedy Ass, and he had a couple of other goddamn fighters? Why they not as big as Tank? Miss me with this Mayweather
Mm,
bullshit. Miss me with this Mayweather
facts.
bullshit. The boy earned his spot. Why the fuck he gotta give you some shit you didn't earn just because you want it? Kiss my ass, yo. People in Harold and
Facts.
Ice Water, I bet you they ain't getting that shit. You want
Facts.
it,
So
come get it.
Floyd, they all them look at all the fighters Floyd done had. Like a lot of these fighters recently done left them. Like I'm seeing guys in these interviews talking about Floyd, saying that Floyd only cares about himself, that he's very selfish and everything, and that he don't want nobody to be bigger than him. Like, that whole Floyd narrative that everybody tries to paint, like, oh, Tank, he got everything because of Floyd. No, that's not true. Yes, Floyd helped him along the way and did a great job in helping him for sure. But Floyd wasn't in the ring fighting for Tank. Tank was in the ring knocking them guys out. You know what I mean? That's the whole difference with that shit. You know what I mean? Tank became a star off of knocking motherfuckers out. Tank was already getting notarized before he even signed with Floyd. Shit, AB was the motherfucker that put Tank on with fucking
Mm-hmm.
Floyd. AB he could have kept Tank to himself and kept him on about billions if he wanted to. He could
Yes, he
have done
could.
that if he wanted to. Because
Yes,
AB
he
definitely
could.
did it with Rasheed Warren and Robert Easter. You know what I mean? So AB could have kept Tank under his wing and kept him on about billions and had him fighting under him. You know what I'm saying? But he did the everything happens for a reason. He introduced them to to Floyd, and they had the infamous daggone sparring session with Devin, and who fucking Floyd signed? He signed Tank. He didn't sign no motherfucking Devin. He ain't
And
signed no
that's what I'm
motherfucking
saying.
Shakur.
Bill love to talk about that 20,000 that Devin won. Well, he gave it to you probably because he felt bad for y'all asses. He could have gave you that $20,000, but guess who he signed? That matters more than $20,000 because Tank done got that $20,000 times 50 plus 100 times another 50. You know what I'm saying? So it's all, man, it's all smoke and mirrors, yo. And I'll be glad if he does get in the ring with Shakur just to settle this once and for all. But again, let's just be real clear. If he does that, he will just be doing him a favor. It won't be because he earned it, because he did not. And on the route that he's on with this fire sale stock that he's going, you can't really demand nothing at the table. So whatever they offered you, you should have humbly taken it. Again, you don't believe in yourself, because if you did, you would have taken the opportunity. Fuck the money, because if you take the opportunity
Facts.
and you shine through that opportunity, the money will come. You know what I'm saying? And even if you lose, which you will, by the way, you will. But even if you lose, you know what I'm saying? Show me you a dog and you still got a place in the boxing game. Look at Morrell. You know what I'm saying? Look at Caleb Plant. I love me some Caleb Plant. He got his ass whooped by Canelo and Benavidez.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Facts.
show me you a dog, yo. Show me you not scared to get in there and really throw them things. You look like you terrified in that ring. And I'm just speaking from somebody who watched. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not a boxer, Shakur, and whatever. You can say I don't know nothing about boxing. Sure, whatever, nigga. My eyes work, though. And you look terrified in that goddamn ring. You look scared to death to get hit. That's just what
Facts.
my eyes see. You know what I'm saying? But again, you got to show me something, bruh. You claim you this big star. You claim that you want to get on the phone and talk to Tank. First of all, you don't got that nigga number. He not giving niggas like you his number. You know what I'm saying? So stop the cap. Stop the cap. He's not giving niggas like you his number because he don't fuck with niggas like you. You know what I'm saying? And more importantly than that, you still ain't shown him what he asked you to show him. You ain't shown me neither. So I know you ain't shown him. Your
And
opponents are
he get
lackluster.
confused by that talk too, because he said something that he said that he mentioned this shit in the interview. The Danger asked him about him Tank saying that he didn't do anything and stuff. He ain't did nothing in the sport and shit. And he keeps getting that shit confused with him saying that he has not done with nothing for the sport. When Tank said that Shakur doesn't do anything for the sport, he was talking about at 135. He said that Shakur has not done nothing at 135. And Keyshawn is looking better than him right now. That's what Tank Davis said.
Well,
He like Shakur is getting that shit misconstrued like a motherfucker for real because he
I'm gonna
keep
be
mentioning
honest.
thinking that it's just his overall career, and then it gets Shakur talking about everything that he did at 126 and 130. Shakur, newsflash, sir. Nobody don't give a fuck about what you did at 126 and 130, bro. I myself, for sure, damn sure, don't give a fuck about what you did at 126 and 130. I give a fuck about what you do at 135. And what you've done at 135, you have not done shit at 135. You put on lackluster performance after lackluster performance, and you sitting here talking about we need to respect you and Tank need to give up the farm for you in the negotiations for a fucking fight. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't believe that he believes half the things that he says. And he cloaks himself in the Andre Wards and the Mayweathers and the Bud Crawfords to make himself look more dangerous than what he is. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You want to train with the best so you can become the best. The problem is you have skills, Shakur. I would never take that from you. You're not my favorite fighter by a long shot. I would never shit on your skills. The problem is, along with those skills, you need heart, my nigga. And you just don't seem to
Facts.
have that. You just don't seem to have that. Like I said, when it's time to really get in there and prove that those skills can pay the bills, you decline every time. So I don't even think you believe in yourself. I know Devin offered you a bullshit ass offer. So what? You're going to beat his ass anyway, right? Take it. Like I just don't get it, man. These guys, I don't know. If one minute they want to fight for the money, then one minute it's for legacy. It's all by design, and it's all made for whatever situation they feel they can come out on top. And I ain't mad at that. Just be honest, yo. Be real with the shit. Like, yo, I have hand issues, bro, so I have to make my fight selection carefully. I would not be mad at that if you were honest. But stop running around here like you a pit bull off a leash when you really a fucking chihuahua in a window.
Facts.
Like, come on, man. Stop this shit, yo. You gotta stop it, yo. Nobody believes you, dog. I don't believe you. I'm not gonna speak for the world because you do got some fans and they gonna try and come at me. I know they are. But I'm telling you right now, I don't believe you, Shakur. I don't believe you, dog. I don't believe nothing you say. And I believe half of what I see because you and Eddie Hearn be on that bullshit. And now y'all done rope Turkey into it. He the damn ringleader. So now all three of y'all just a bunch of dummies running around here.
And then another thing too, he said he spoke about the Devin Haney situation, talking about if he was real respectful, like he was the only one that was respectful to Devin Haney after he lost to Ryan Garcia. And then he said if the shoe was on the other foot, if he lost bad like that, he think that Devin Haney they would have clowned them for it pretty much. What you think about that?
Well, for starters, I clowned them. I clown Shakur and he wins. So obviously that would be a yes for me. But as far as Devin and Bill, I believe it because right after what fight was that Shakur had? Didn't Devin post something like I should have offered this bum 20% or some shit? It was after one of
Yeah, the
Shakur's
Edwin
last.
fight. That was
Yeah,
after the Edwin fight. Yeah.
yeah, so I believe they probably would have clowned him. And Shakur, I'm not buying you taking the high road, all this other bullshit. Nigga, please. Man, please. Oh, shut up, boy. Shut up.
Yeah, I was like that. That's like that whole high road shit was cap because he be downplaying a lot of motherfuckers. Like he downplay Tank after Tank win. So like that shit, like I ain't no Shakur bullshit with that shit. And yes, Devin Haney and Bill Haney, yes, they definitely would clown Shakur if he got his ass whooped and lost.
Well, they're another bunch of idiots that live in Fairy Tale Island because and this is why I said that oh shit because that was another thing Bill was touting around in his interview that boy please. He got his ass whooped. Maybe you need to let that sit on his goddamn record. Maybe it'll give y'all niggas a dose of reality, bruh. Y'all running around here playing all these weight games. Y'all running around here just on some bullshit like y'all really doing something when y'all not, bruh. Your son got a glass jaw. Let's call it what it is. He's another one. He's an okay fighter. You know what I'm saying? That jab is dusty, but it's been getting him past. You know what I'm saying? But he another one that ain't a dog, yo. I mean, they decent fighters. Why they can't just accept who they are? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all decent fighters, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why y'all can't just be happy with who y'all are? All y'all want to be Tank, but y'all don't want to put that work in, yo. Y'all would never fight none of the niggas that he fought. And even if y'all did, we see what happened, Ryan. We see what happened with Ryan Devin when you try to run behind Tank and following his damn footsteps, listening to your daddy. You got your ass molly-whopped all over the goddamn ring for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? At Shakur, you don't even got enough heart to do that. So, I mean, whatever. Devin might unalive Tank.
BVO, you don't even believe that shit, bro. Like, BVO, some of the shit you be saying, I'll be
This is
thinking that you don't even be
ridiculous.
believing this shit.
This
Like
is ridiculous, man.
BVO clearly sometimes is just trolling, man. He's just a troll. That's my dog, though. I love my boy BVO,
Devin is a
man.
future Hall of Famer. That may be true. That might be a true
I
statement. He
mean,
might
shit,
be.
he should have been shit. Fucking Tim Bradley's a fucking Hall of Famer. Anybody can get a fucking Hall of Fame.
I mean, listen,
Shit,
we got Rocky
Turkey Island
Balboa in this
Sheep
bitch, man.
paid. Shit, Turkey Island Sheep paid himself to get in the damn Hall of Fame. So shit, that's why I said the Hall of Fame shit doesn't mean shit to me because it doesn't have no value for real. Because y'all just letting anybody get in the motherfucker. Y'all let Turkey Island Sheep get in within 1 year of
Mm-hmm.
being in boxing. Like fuck out
Mm-hmm.
of here. Like I can't. That's why I don't be taking these guys fucking serious with shit like that.
Yeah, man. It's just some shameful shit going on. But I really wish that he How the hell they gonna fight BBO? Is Tank gonna? I mean, is Devin gonna come
It's
down?
really pointless. It's pointless to talk about taking Devin at this point because of the weight. Because Devin is a
Devin is
big
at
motherfucker.
147, bro, and he's still talking about fucking Tank Davis. I'm gonna tell you what though. Why don't his daddy? Why don't his daddy clout chase on Boots the way he does? I heard him mention Boots' name one time, but why don't he clout chase him like he doing Tank? I guarantee you that fight won't end the way you think it will.
Facts. I want to see Devin versus Boots. I want to see murder. It would be murder.
I don't know if Devin can get past Tio. Maybe because Tio is he up and down sometimes. He might be able to skate past Tio. But I mean, let's see how he look in this Ramirez fight. Then he got a tall task ahead of him with Ryan again. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how Devin comes back for this. And that's my whole point. The comeback, yo. I'm fucking with the comeback. Let me see how you come back. Let me see if you really like that. Because the nigga that's really like that, he going right back to it. Boots has Brian
Facts.
Norman problems. What problems do he have with Brian Norman except trying to locate him? Have they found him? Is he on the women's
Yeah.
protection? Is he
I
still on
was like, B
OC?
Norman. It said B Norman shit. Motherfucker, B Norman, he ain't even no damn problem. Like, B
He's on
Norman
a
ain't no
wanted
damn
post.
problem.
He's
He
on a
is
wanted
not no
post in
hard
Japan.
problem to solve.
He's on a
Shit,
wanted. He's on a wanted post in Japan somewhere. Did he make his flight? Please get the hell on some damn way. Any fight
me,
Suzuki Saki, whatever his name is.
damn near sound like a Japanese shot, like some liquor.
He going over there for
Uh,
he going to fight that nigga in Japan for 200,000 when he could have fought Boots for 1.7. But you not scared, man. Carry your ass, BBO.
man, and probably fuck around, be on the undercard up there in
He is.
Japan.
He on the undercard of I heard he on the undercard of a bum fight. That's what I heard. That's just the word around the water cooler. You know what I'm talking about? I heard he on the undercard of a bum fight. But you ain't heard that from me.
Thanks. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end it because I know my dogs. Hey, everybody, go tune in to Angry White Man Podcast. They about to be live on at 11:10 right now for sure. This was a lit show, man. I appreciate you, Jag Queen Boxing. Always make sure everybody go sub up the Jag Queen Boxing, man. My sis Ty, she be cooking up on the content on boxing for sure, man. Like her takes 100 official. Sub up to her immediately right now. If y'all ain't subbed up, man, for sure, show her some love and show her support and sub up to her channel for sure. Always appreciate you,
Of
always, sis, for
course. Thanks for
sure.
letting me come up, yo. I holla at you. Go walk them dogs.
You already know it. And everybody sub up to the channel, CamJNetwork, man. Like and comment. If you watch this on a playback, this was an amazing show tonight, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Oh, D1, you ain't going live? Ah, man, damn. It's cool. It's cool. It's all good. But everybody, make sure y'all sub up the Angry White Man podcast for sure, man. Always. Those my brothers over there. They show me love, so I gotta show them love. They family over there for sure. You know what I mean? And catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm gonna upload some content. Content will be uploaded for sure from this episode for sure. And I'll let y'all know when I'll be live. It'll probably be if something crazy happens tomorrow, maybe, but not maybe most likely Monday talking boxing. But we'll see though. I might drop in tomorrow for real to see. I gotta see what the time is. Oh, my man BVO about to go live. So everybody sub up to my dog BVO over there on his channel. He about to go live. Yeah, I mean, everybody go show my boy some love over there and support him over there for sure, man. This was a great one, man. Love everybody, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight, man. And we out of here. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk.